on, blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wow. Lift it up.
Good morning. Come on in, honey. Get on up in here, girl. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get in here. Get the likes up on the video. Happy Thursday. It's the day before my baby graduated from college, girl. Oh, God. So, you know, I'm a little different type of excited or whatever the case may be. My little brother, he's not my biological brother, but my best friend's brother. He's also graduating from the same college as my daughter. So congratulations to TJ. Congratulations to my baby. Love y'all so much. I can't wait to turn up with y'all tomorrow. It's about to be lit. Y'all get in here and get the likes up on the video. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Sorry about my frizzy hair. I washed my hair last night. I washed my weave last night and my hair. So it's all over the place. Y'all gonna have to take your lick. Well, I'm gonna have to take my lick because it's my hair, but it is what it is. I don't care. Anyways, y'all get in here, get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. We have a show. Where my pen at? I thought I had a pen. Well, anyway, we got a show. A couple of things we're going to speak about the show today. Happy Thursday, first of all. Also, make sure y'all check out my not Love and Hip Hop. What I did. Oh, the Mama D drama with Lil Scrappy is over at the Dollhouse. Make sure y'all check that out. It's been alleged that somebody put hands and feet or put paws on baby mama number 3. We gonna discuss it, okay? So make sure y'all pull up over there for that. And I also will be doing, did y'all see Rockhead do these interviews with the Danza Project? Did y'all see that? Hold on, let me show y'all this. Well, it might be too early to show. I want to do some videos on that. You feel what I'm saying? Aaliyah said, Voodoo looks like you've been tossed around all night, girl. Girl, I wish. Girl, somebody please sling me. I wish. I just washed my hair, girl, and I didn't flat iron it yet. But no, yeah, what I was saying, I didn't watch the entire interview, and maybe I should, because I started it last night. Then I was just like, okay, here we go with the BS. They're going to ask her these fake questions. And this is another thing I be wanting to ask people who be interviewing people like her. When they walk away from these interviews, do they think to themselves, man, this person full of crap or this person lying? Like, I be wanting to know, you know what I'm saying? Do they know that the person is lying across from them, or do they know and not care? Like, it's just so many questions I be wanting to ask. But I'm gonna do some videos on it. I'll probably watch more for context before I do the videos and put that out tonight. I hate that she made it seem like her and Ronnie, rest in peace, Ronnie. But I hate that she made it seem like her and Ronnie, she loved him and missed him. And I can't say how she felt. So maybe she did love him. I don't know. But the last few times that when he was here, didn't really say that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll do some videos on that tonight. And maybe a couple other more things just to get y'all some content out here so y'all can have something and not nothing. But neither here nor there. You guys get on in here and like the video. So today we're going to talk about, I thought I had a pen. Today we're going to talk about, did y'all see Myron Gains go over to Piers Morgan? Him and whiny Mark Lamont Hill. Girl, they went over to Piers Morgan and they were trying to antagonize a clear woman who's a known racist to say the N-word, and Mark Lamont loses his crap. I watched that whole interview. We gonna get into it. Myron Gains bringing up Tyreek Nichols and all these other folks and talking about black people in America when we don't even want to start on the people that live in the Sudan. We'll get into it. We're going to discuss that. Also, Tyre Nichols, that's the black guy from Memphis, I want to say. Somewhere in Tennessee that was unalived by them 4 black police officers. Well, the police officers, 3 of them were found not guilty. We're going to get into that. We also need to talk about Ryan Hinton Jr. His brother and family came to court to show support, and a big old thing erupted at the courthouse. They say, I didn't say it, but they say that the family just wanted Ryan to know that they were there and that he support, what was going on in there. And it turns out that it caused a big old eruption. I didn't like how many police was in there. It was given, let's get in here and intimidate him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that big old eruption down to the courthouse. They say there was a lot going on. Chris Gotti comes out and speaks out about how basically he don't appreciate how Ashanti downplays the relationship that she had with his brother, Irv. So according to Chris, they was together like this. But Ashanti had been running around here making it seem like it wasn't like that. Okay, so we're gonna get into that and how Chris feel about it. And then Doechi yells at her team for more umbrellas because they was about to see her look at the Metgala, and that caused for a lot of people to say that she's mean. And then we're gonna talk about obviously Drake, which is breaking news that just happened right before I came live. He's getting rid of his lawsuit with UMG. He was getting rid of his lawsuit with UMG. Y'all remember, that's the lawsuit where he's suing the label for allowing Kendrick to call him the P word. We're going to get into those things. Y'all get in here and get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. I want to start with Drake's lawsuit. I think that's a good place to start because apparently Drake had sued UMG, which is the label that both he and Kendrick were signed to. And he sued the label right after the famous beef that they had between him and Kendrick. And y'all remember Kendrick's line, certified lover boy, certified bop, 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 whatever. And then that caused the lyric and the song to go viral, which caused the doggone thing to be lit, which caused Drake to end up suing UMG, claiming that they put like bots behind Kendrick, claiming that they did all types of stuff to help Kendrick call him a P word and defame him. He had this whole lawsuit going on. And then all of a sudden, now from what I'm hearing, he's changed his mind. He don't want to sue no more. And I'm of confusion and trying to figure out what's going on, but we'll see. You see what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. It says, hold on. It says, UMG to Drake, Kendrick never said P at Super Bowl, so toss this lawsuit, judge, okay? So UMG is telling Drake that, yo, you trying to sue us, but he never called you the P word down at the Super Bowl, so what's the big deal, okay? So let's get into it. It says Drake's label says there's a giant hole in the lawsuit he filed over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. And they're basically saying Drizzy should have paid closer attention to the Super Bowl halftime show. It says, as expected, Universal Music Group filed a motion to dismiss the defamation lawsuit. And in the docs, they point out Drake or his lawyers made a major misstep when they amended their lawsuit following Kendrick's performance at Super Bowl. I don't know that number. What's that? 7, 6? I don't know. Something 56. I don't know what the L mean, girl. Anyways, it goes on to say, UMG says Drake's lawsuit isn't really about K-Dot calling him a certified P word because he didn't even include those words during the performance. Now, the reality is that the Superdome crowd did the damage itself, chanting the lyrics, but that's not on Kendrick. Oh, sorry. I went down too far. It says the label is also throwing Drake's own words back at him, reminding him that about 3 years ago, he signed a public petition criticizing prosecutors for using a rap lyrics as evidence in criminal cases against artists. UMG says Drake was right then and is wrong now because his lawsuit is merely an attempt to save face for the unsuccessful rap battle with Lamar. It goes on to say, sorry, went down too fast. It goes on to say UMG's bottom line is rap lyrics are hyperbole, not literal fact. Just as Drake rapped about Kendrick's kid being fathered by another man, called him a domestic abuser, and threatened to slit his throat with a razor. All lyrics from Drake, The Heart Part 6. It's exaggeration for the purpose of art. The label is asking the judge to throw out Drake's lawsuit. While that would end their legal war, it sure would make things awkward at their next business meeting. So, okay. So, basically what UMG is saying is, yo, y'all can't get up here and make it seem like we did something inherently wrong when, first of all, it's a rap battle. Like, this is what these people do. They go back and forth. They rap. That's how I go. You feel what I'm saying? And then second of all, he was just saying that in the song for, like, you know, for content and for people to buy, you know, for a little boost in the song. But at the end of the day, he had the same situation when he signed a petition about not using people's rap lyrics. So what's the big difference now? And then on top of that, Kendrick didn't even use the P word at the Superdome. The folks did, which I heard allegedly that it was a fake crowd in there. I don't know. It's too dark in the Superdome to tell. All I know is this. I think Drake needs to drop the lawsuit. I think that if he does continue with this lawsuit and something comes of it, it is going to literally taint the rap game. Now anything you say in a rap will be used against you, which it kind of is already, but even for like lawsuit purposes for civil things. I picked up the other day, I was watching, I forget what post I was under, and I saw all them folks under that post talking about how, this person is this and this person is that, and it's just saying it so matter-of-factly. And immediately, you know what I thought of? Wow, the crowd, that's us in the bike. That's us in the bike. While the crowd is hooraying for Drake to sue UMG, for everybody in their mom to sue Tasha K, for all these folks to have these lawsuits, Cardi to sue Milagro, while we over here clapping, because this is good, because these are our faves. Boy, not if, but when them tables turn on regular people, I'm talking about you in the comment. Oh, baby, listen to me and listen to me good, because the tables are going to turn. You in the comments are not going to be able to jump in nobody's post. You're not going to be able to make a post. You're not going to be able to jump under these shade room comments and just say whatever it is you want, because this is the slippery slope we're going down as it pertains to these lawsuits that we clapping for because we like the person who's suing or we hate the person who's getting sued. This is going to happen. Mark my word. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You guys will not be able to get in the comments and say whatever it is you want to say. You will be fired from your jobs. You will be sued. You will be silenced. Your platforms will be taken away from you on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, TikTok. All of these places where y'all think y'all is safe, I promise you they come and get you. I promise you, you next. So while we sitting up here parading and clapping for these folks to hit these lawsuits, I promise you when it backfired, meaning I could grab a comment right now. Let's just grab a comment. I could grab Miss Parker. Comment saying, please hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. I can look at that as a person in the chat and feel like Miss Parker trying to force me to hit the like button. So you know what? I'm about to report Miss Parker to YouTube. Oh, and by the way, I'm about to call my lawyer and see if I can get my lawyer on the line to hit up Miss Parker and her people and tell them I want to sue them because I suffered emotional damages. You see what I'm saying? Not Cardi suing Milagro. If I say Cardi, I meant to say Meg suing Milagro. Not Cardi, Meg suing Milagro. But this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so policed. You're not going to be able to hit regular comments in the comment section. They're going to cut all comments off. Y'all remember at one point they was messing around with the like button. You see what I'm saying? Y'all remember on Instagram and even on YouTube, at one point they took away the likes. So you won't know how many likes a person got, talking about, it make the other person feel some type of way and boom, 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 boom. Watch they take away these comments. Watch. But the point I'm making is this. At this point, and from the beginning, Drake should have never even filed this doggone lawsuit. But for the most part, At the end of the day, he's not going to win this lawsuit. And if he does, that's bad for everybody. If Drake wins this lawsuit, that is bad for everybody. When Cardi won that lawsuit against Tasha K, no matter how she won it, when Cardi won that lawsuit against Tasha K, how many other people started jumping out the window and started suing? Every time you turn around, as soon as a nigga hears somebody say something about them that they don't like, they running down to the lawsuit people, to the lawyers and to the judge. I'm telling you, y'all better hope Drake don't go through with this lawsuit, and y'all better hope if he does, he doesn't win it, because if he does, this is going to be the catalyst to silence everybody. Mark my words. Mark my words. But ultimately, I think UMG has a case right here. First of all, you rallied around us having free speech. Now all of a sudden it's different because it's you. Then on top of that, he didn't even call you the P word at the Super Bowl, boy. So go lay. And then third of all, it's rap. It's rap. It's rap. So I don't know if Drake's going to drop it. I don't know how this is going to go, but this is what the team is up on so far. I hope that Drake and them do drop it, or I really hope that Drake go ahead and lose the lawsuit. I'm telling you, because mark my words, right after Tasha K lost that lawsuit to Cardi B, I'm not talking about when they settled. I'm talking about from the moment the judge hit that gavel and say Tasha was liable for whatever it was Cardi won. Every time you turn around, somebody else suing. At the end of the day, nigga could say whatever they want about me. I shouldn't be able to say I'm gonna sue you unless it literally affects my livelihood, the way that I eat or feed my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I should just dislike what you say and be able to get on here and sue you, or have you deplatformed. Even deplatformed, I don't even think that's right. But mark my word, it's gonna come up. It's definitely gonna come up. But y'all be careful out here. Be careful with Drake, and Drake go lay. Please, Drake, go lay. Now I want to move into something else. While we on the D's, let's get into Doechii. Now, this is Doechii. Let me get the girl on here. Lord have mercy. So Doechii is this girl who I think is a tether. I'm not sure, but I think it. Doechii is the black girl that y'all claim she acorn, so we gonna go with the move, child. This is Doechii. So apparently Doechii was at the Met Gala per everybody else. Doechii was at the Met Gala, and something happened to where I guess she was seen a bit too early, or she came out of the back and cameras were there and she freaked out. Now, when she freaked out, she starts yelling at her team profusely. Like, what the F? Get me some umbrellas, da 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 da. Now, I want to say this before we get into it, because I'm going to watch it with y'all, because I haven't watched this video that's got everybody all up in arms, fake mad, because that's what people are, fake mad. Let me tell you this. Have y'all ever heard of the term Bridezilla? If you ever heard of the term or watched the show Bridezilla, this is how it typically goes. When you are a person who is going to a function and you have a team around you or something like that, typically tensions get high, timelines don't get met. And me being a person who worked in the bridal industry for a long period of time, I know that when it's crunch time, it's crunch time. You might get cussed out. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody might yell at you. The person you dressing or whatever. Because it be like that. Everything's happening so fast. You feel what I'm saying? So this is just from my experience. This is just from me. And again, I'm going to watch it with y'all, but if it was as bad as y'all say it is, we would have to at first chuck some of it up to, hey, it's possible that tensions were high, things were moving so fast, people all over the place. And then, I don't know if y'all ever know, anybody in the chat has ever done this. If you have ever led a project or a non-profit organization, if you've ever been president of any type of organization, if you've ever led a team, you understand that when you dealing with different people and different personalities, it's going to automatically get crazy. It's going to be different in that sense than any other sense in any other situation you're gonna be in. Dealing with different people. What you doing? You supposed to be over here. Why you ain't there? Da. If you've ever been a part of any team leading exercise, you've ever led a team, you've ever been in charge of a group of people or groups of people. Yes, Sharice, you with me. I hate managing people and I love people. I love group projects, but I don't like to be in charge. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, Jay Grizzly, and all the bad falls on you. I'm telling you now. Because listen, whatever goes wrong in the back, they're not going to look at Doechi's team. They're going to look at Doechi. You see what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I'm going to watch this with you. But I'm just looking at the backlash of what people were saying. And what I'm thinking to myself is, while she may have been rude, while she may have been disgustingly rude, I ain't going to lie. If you ever been around a whole group of people where you are managing that group of people, or you are leading that group of people, or that group of people is get together to help manage or lead you, that's one of the most stressful situations to be in. This is from my experience. I can't speak on nobody else. This is from my experiences. But neither here nor there. She ends up yelling at her team because apparently some paparazzi saw her and people lost their minds. Is this it? Let me see. Yeah, this is it. Hold on.
Give me another vote. Stop. Give me another umbrella now. Another one right there. And another vote. Give me another one.
Another umbrella.
Hold on.
I need more fucking umbrellas. Move this umbrella. I don't want these people
Okay.
to see me.
Umbrellas.
Umbrella. Anybody? Right there.
My apologies. I want to see if I can find the one where she walked out and they made a mistake and saw her. Because this is the aftermath of them trying to put the umbrellas around. I think that's what I saw. Basically, she had walked out and the people saw her. Here it go. Let's get it from the beginning for context. Hold on. Let me make this bigger. All right, so this is Doechi coming out. She's going to see a bunch of people, and then boom, it's going to go left.
Oh, no.
See?
No.
Yes, I'm ready.
Let me back it up.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another vote. Stop. Give me another umbrella now. Another one right there. And another vote. Give me another one.
Another umbrella.
I need more fucking umbrellas.
Two more umbrellas.
Right there.
Two more umbrellas. Umbrellas.
Umbrella. Anybody? Right there.
Two more umbrellas.
I can still see her. Does it matter?
They said the lobby would be clear.
And do not let that one on camera.
We're putting it on the usual, so we have to
Right now, and
Yeah, watch the stuff.
Watch the stuff.
I'll let her hair get wet.
Move this umbrella. I don't want these people to see me. I got it. Move the umbrella. Are you blocking it? I'm right now. Your umbrella. Yes.
You're blocked. You're blocked. Yes. Oh. Somebody fired.
I ain't gonna lie. This is a real question. Did they do all this to hide this short set? This is a real question. Did they do all of this umbrellas, see-through walls, and all of this to hide a short set? Wait for this short set. Girl, wait. It looked like she could lay this out on the bed the night before it's time to get up and get ready for the thing. They did all of this for a short set. I mean, shout out to Doechi because she didn't want y'all to see her short set. Girl. That was the only part that got me because it dawned on me that when they caught her coming out, because see, I saw this photo, but I didn't know this was the outfit they was shielding. I thought she had on something else. You know what I'm saying? But this wasn't, you didn't need the see-through walls and the umbrellas for this, girl. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out the elevator. Come on, girl. Come on. Get out of here. Come on. We got things, people coming downstairs. Come on. It's not that it's bad. It's not a bad looking little piece, but it's just, I just was, for the amount of fuss that they was doing, I thought she was going to come out with like a Meg look. Hell, even a Tiana Taylor look. You see what I'm saying? To where it's just so, you know, like it's going to be a piece. It's an item. It's going to be talked about for years to come. This is just a short set. But anyways, I ain't gonna lie. Even the fuss wasn't that big of a deal. Even the fuss wasn't that big of a deal. I gotta be honest. The fuss around the outfit wasn't this big of a deal. The fuss of getting the umbrellas, the fuss itself wasn't even that bad. The fuss itself was not that bad. I don't understand what's the big deal. I think Doechii putting 20 on 10. I think the team put 20 on 10. And I think social media put 100 on 10. Girl, she ain't even cursed them out. And let me say this too. To y'all who on here trying to drag Doechii, and I don't even know the girl, so I'm not helping up for her. Y'all don't be saying that when Nikki used to be cursing everybody out. Oh, yes. I was there. Nikki used to curse everybody out. As a matter of fact, she used to have there was a documentary when she was talking about when women are just, you know, matter of fact and what they want, she's labeled a bitch. And I'm not a bitch. I'm just assertive like the men. And I know what I want. Okay? So I shouldn't be called a bitch if a man isn't called a bitch, okay? So I just know what I want, and I'm very aggressive and assertive about what I want. Now, y'all ain't say nothing when Nikki was cussing everybody out. Nikki cursed everybody out. I was there. Y'all ain't open y'all mouth. Now here come Doechii telling them put the umbrella over the top. And now y'all on here windmilling and acting crazy, girl. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. She didn't even curse the people out. You feel what I'm saying? She didn't even curse the people out or nothing. The girl just came on here and said, get the umbrellas, and y'all bit the... Y'all did Doechii wrong. Doechii ain't did nothing wrong to y'all. Y'all leave that girl alone. Now I'm starting to feel like y'all just hating on Doechii. That girl ain't did y'all nothing. That girl just told the team, put the goddamn umbrellas over her legs because her short set gonna come out. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden y'all want to drag the girl when Nikki was out here calling everybody name more bald head, dun. Y'all ain't open y'all mouth. Girl, please. Doechii, first of all this push and all this setup, girl, just come on out the elevator, girl. We seen the short set before. Come on out. Secondly, it wasn't even this deep. And the fact that this is trending or was trending and is actually a conversation for people, it just tells me that people be bored and they be looking for stuff to do. That's it. People just be looking for stuff to do. She ain't even go in on them, girl. Cardi go in on the Barty game harder than Doechii. I hate you, Barty. Every time I look up, it's Barty gang. You guys are the reason I hate you. I fucking hate you, Barty gang. I hate you. You're the reason I'm getting divorced. I heard Barty cuss the Barty gang out way harder than this, girl. Y'all got to be stronger. Y'all stronger than this. Stop it. Y'all stronger than this. Doechii ain't did nothing wrong. The only thing she did wrong was hide the short set. Other than that, girl, Doechii did all right. Girl, Doechii, you all right, girl. Get your black ass back up here, girl. You all right. Don't worry about it. Don't let the people get over it, girl. Look, Doechii had to come back. Poor Doechii. Doechii had to come back and give an explanation. And y'all wrong for making that girl give an explanation. She shouldn't have to explain nothing to y'all. All she did was tell the people get the umbrella. But here y'all go. You feel what I'm saying? Look at the girl, Doechii. Poor Doechii. Look at Doechii. Is it on the right one? Hold on. Let me get Doechi back on here. Doechi say, God forbid a girl need more umbrellas. Y'all wrong for that. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all wrong for that. All the girl said was, I need another umbrella. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all made it seem like she beat the people up. Y'all act like she beat the people up. She all right. She all right. Okay? Shout out to Doechi. I like you, girl. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like you. But I don't dislike you. I don't know nothing about you. I'm about to lie and say I like you, but I don't like you. But I don't dislike you neither. But still, you know what I'm saying? Next time you coming out with a short set, just put a little robe on or something, so we won't see it. We'll just think you're coming down to get something to eat right quick. Put your little robe on or something next time you want to hide your short set, because these people get crazy out here in these streets. Shout out to Doechi, bro. Shout out to Doechi. Let's move on. Now I want to get into Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti, girl. Going off on Ashanti. Now, Ashanti, one thing I will give to Chris, Ashanti, I got to call you to the red carpet, thickums, with a fine ass. You know, Ashanti fine. I'm talking about post-baby fine. Ashanti fine. I'm talking about thick. I'm talking about like grits and eggs thick. You feel me? I'm not talking about that fine where the girls be going to get the work done. You feel what I'm saying? And they be squatting in the gym, legs as hard as Chinese arithmetic. No, baby. I'm talking about that big fine girl that stay down the street. Doechii is fine. Not Doechii. Ashanti, not Doechii. Lord knows. Ashanti is fine. Ashanti is that girl down the street who got that kid, but everybody in the hood wanted to smash on her. She fine like that fine. Like hood fine. You feel what I'm saying? She hood fine. I like the new Ashanti. Let me see if I can go find the new Ashanti. Ashanti, I gotta ask a few questions, girl. And she got that baby weight on her because she already had thick legs. You feel what I'm saying? Her legs was already thick. But now that she done had the baby, plus she in her 40s. Let me get her on here. Let me see. Shiny. Get on here, Shiny. Look at her thick ass. Girl, Ashanti legs look like a baseball bat. Go ahead on, girl. Go ahead on, girl. I like it, though, because she got a small waist. Go ahead on, girl. Mm-hmm. And she's still pretty, still cute. What's up? I like this Ashanti. I don't know about y'all. I like this Ashanti. Her legs rub when she walk. I like this one. I like this one. You see what I'm saying? I like this Ashanti. Them thighs rubbing. You feel what I'm saying? And that waist still small with the thighs rubbing. This the right one right here. This the right one right here. See? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I like hood fine. I don't like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't like the Instagram fine. I don't like them fine girls. I like the hood fine girls. You feel what I'm saying? Who still cook, but they still cute. You feel what I'm saying? And they always mess with the hood nigga with all the money. That's Ashanti. But anyway, Ashanti got called out by Chris Gotti, girl, because Chris Gotti had said that she trying to downplay the relationship he had with his brother. She had with his brother, and she know good and well. Oh, snap. I got off. Oh, snap. Hold on, y'all. I might have to do something right quick. I forgot I got that. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Let me give y'all a commercial break. I gotta set something up, y'all. I gotta be in two places at one time right quick. Hold on. I gotta get my other computer. Let me see what I could give y'all with for a commercial right quick, because I got to set up my other computer. I forgot. I'll be right back.
Somebody said they were looking for the picture. They don't want to see the picture. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Goes on, goes on, romantic.
Oh, jumping and screaming all over town.
Goes on, romantic.
Hooray, that morning, hooray, hooray.
Goes on, romantic.
Oh, go down, Comanche on the way.
Goes on, romantic.
Oh, the boys, they coming from way uptown.
Goes on, romantic.
Oh, they rocking in the old sandpiper line.
Goes on, romantic.
On Mardi Gras morning when they come through.
Go down romantic.
They come down Louisiana Avenue.
Go down romantic.
Oh, the tambourine ringing your yellow drum.
Go down romantic.
Boom, 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 that's from India.
Go down romantic.
I remember that morning, I remember well.
Go down romantic.
I was 5 for 1, 5 was crazy, man.
Go down romantic.
Tell who they hollering up. I tell who they talking about. They ain't on the morning. Ain't giving no warning. Talk on the morning. Ain't giving no warning. They bobbing and weaving. They hiding and screaming. I come from a nation. The whole wide creation. I'm walking and talking. I'm in that morning. I stop watching.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, nigga the black, the nigga I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown. You got to shake, shake. They want the black. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black. I can never be white, the white. Shake, if your leg, wiggle, lift your leg, bounce, lift your leg, hustle, lift your leg, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, man. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
Let's go, Miss Peggy.
Y'all making it.
Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy Bother. Peggy Bother. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it. Oh, this Peggy.
These fucking transplants, they do what the fuck they want to do. Period. This hoe right here. Her dog around there jumped on churches. Churches ain't moving. I told this hoe she gonna replace my fucking chicken. Bitch, you can shut the door all you want, hoe. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of your privilege. I ain't scared of your white landlord. I ain't scared of the fucking mayor. I ain't scared of the fucking police. And I ain't on your property, bitch. You're supposed to have your dog on a fucking leash. You done killed my fucking chicken. I gotta take my fucking chicken to the fucking vet. Cause you do what you wanna do. You filthy white hoe. Got no respect for none of you. Oh, he walking. Oh. Thank God. Thank God. All right, churches. All right.
Follow me, camera. But anyway, this video was for you dog ass, bald head, rainbow shopping hoes, no tire, AutoZone smelling assholes, Sherman Williams paint smelling assholes, direct no insurance, built ass bitches, stop sign booty having bitches, one way sign built bitches, chicken in a box looking hoes. Oh yes, right way soul food built bitch. Oh yes, graveyard to my right built bitch. Oh yes, bitch you Popeyes on Paris Avenue built bitch. Oh yes. Troya, me and you never had a chance to really sit down and talk. But since we having this conversation, I wanted to let you know your booty look like a stepped on honey bun. A smashed honey bun. Messy Maya, out of here. Let's go. Oh yes, follow me, camera. Y'all got your pieces? What's going on? All right, come through. What's going on, Nini? That short bob on her head. She look like a mom with that short bob. Oh yes, and when we booked the. All right, y'all make sure y'all go look at the videos. Messy Maya, you ugly bitch. Oh yes.
Trust me.
What's going on, J Beauty? What is? Girl, that girl was pretty, huh?
She was pretty.
She was big, huh?
She was.
What's up? You heard me. This Messy Maya. Once again, bitch, new video. Bitch, you know I can't stop making them, bitch. This is for the fans, you know, bitch. The host requested me to make them, so bitch, I'm back by popular demand. Bad built your bad built, huh?
Uh-huh.
Bitch, if you build like a beanbag, you build like a beanbag.
Beanbag,
bitch, if you
beanbag.
built like a Chrysler, then bitch, you built like a Chrysler at the New Orleans. You know, because bitch, see, everybody have their own side of the bed. And bitch, y'all ain't get my side. That's what I'm saying. Y'all ain't get.
My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I had to 12 p.m. What's 12 p.m. Pacific? What's 12 Pacific, y'all? Let me Google it. Who on the West Coast? What's 12 Pacific to Eastern? That's 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock. Okay, so we got time. We got time. My meeting was moved from 12. No, from whatever it was to 12. So 3 o'clock, girl. Who put 9 o'clock? Oh, y'all trying to get me messed up. Girl. It's 3 o'clock. So I ain't gotta go to the meeting till 3. Sorry. Somebody put 9 o'clock. Girl, y'all gonna have me jacked up. Girl, what's going on? All right, so back to Ashanti. So Chris Gotti basically came out and said he feel like Ashanti is downplaying the relationship. Between her and Herb. And I just want to say this before we get into what Chris has to say. This is what I want to say before we get into what Chris has to say. Do I think that Ashanti and Herb had a thing and they were in some sort of relationship for whatever reason? Yes. I think Ashanti was messing with Herb to make sure that she get her career popped off. I believe that Herb was messing with Ashanti because he was a weirdo creep who wanted a young girl who was fine, who was cute. You feel what I'm saying? And all this type of stuff. I do think that in the public it was played down probably because Chris, your brother, was married, had a whole wife and kids. That could be one of the reasons why she played it down, and or she didn't really like him. She was doing what she needed to do to get where she needed to go. She was using what she got to get what she want. I don't blame her. Who's going to come out, even if it's known, even if it's okay for the wife? Who's going to come out and publicly, proudly say, yo, yeah, I was with him? Like, he was married. Like, yeah, that's the type of stuff I keep in my closet. I don't come out and tell you this. Are you okay? Are you crazy? Hell no, I'm not about to tell you for real, who I'm really dealing with and he married. Hell no. That don't go like that. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. But anyway, Chris came out and he wanted to say a few things because Chris feel like she downplayed my brother or whatever the case may be. This is the thing. We wouldn't even knew for real that your brother was over there messing with her if your brother didn't come out here on his feelings to tell us after we found out at his that documentary he was doing on Murder Inc. We wouldn't have knew. But my thing is, what about the respect for your wife? Like, what about the respect for your wife? You did have a woman who stood beside you and had children for you. Like, why is the attention so much on Ashanti when this was a married man? Like, I don't quite understand, but let's get into it. It says, Chris Gotti is making sure people continue to put respect on Herb Gotti's legacy. I'm not going to let no one talk about my brother. Chris Gotti expressed disappointment in Ashanti for denying relationship with Herb Gotti and acting like he didn't make her. I was there. Now, let me say this. Let me let him talk, and then we'll get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Do you care that people affiliate 50 with y'all? Like,
Okay.
whenever you look y'all up?
We're synonymous. It's forever.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
it is what it is.
It's like I told her with Ashanti. That's forever. You can't know. You know, she says they wasn't in a relationship. They was in a relationship. I was their therapist going from.
That's how he be with my relationship.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when she say that, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, I used to go and get you, talk to you, then go and tell Herb what she said, then go and tell you what Herb said. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I want to say I believe him. I believe everything that he's saying. I believed Irv when he said it. It wasn't even a fact of us believing that they really messed around. I think most of us, for the most part, believe that at some point they messed around. I think the problem is the scenario in which how it happened that made it difficult. You see what I'm saying? For these people to really, when at the end of the day, your brother was a married man, a wide-known married man. So I just want to add that.
Don't do that. But at the end of the day, that's what makes what went on with them so real. Mm-hmm. And I would tell everyone, and again, I would tell everyone, like, in a relationship, let me go talk to your exes. How many can I talk to that's going to talk anywhere near calmly as she?
Do you care that people
him? And then Irv kept going too far, right. Constantly. But like he said, there was an interviewer that said, "Why do you always talk about Ashanti?" He said, "Bitch, because you always ask." Right. And Irv is a straight shooter. He's not going to fucking hide. He's like, that's why I talk about it, because everyone keeps talking about it.
What you want him to do?
And that's real. And it's like, she should understand that too. Yeah. Like, if you're in the limelight, they asked the question. It wasn't little, it was big. Mm-hmm. And again, but it's for her to act like it ain't Murder Inc. that made her, or Irv made her. It's crazy.
Right.
She had 3 deals before him.
That ain't worked out.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, something with y'all chemistry worked out. Mm-hmm. Respect it. That's all. I'm not saying you have to talk about the nigga, but respect the magic that was him. Mm-hmm. And then Irv kept going, hey, that's all I said. See, I'm always in the middle. Irv hate when I take her position, and you know what I'm saying? But I never took Irv's position with her.
Right.
But I'm doing it because he ain't hearing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let no one talk about my brother. You're going to have a problem.
Right.
Simple and plain. In that, especially someone who he made that career. Like, I was there. Like, he made you sing records the way you sang them. Because you would have never sang it that way. Hey, that's all I said.
Okay.
See,
let me say this. I had saw this comment when he said he made Ashanti, and somebody said, well, if he made Ashanti, make another one. It reminds me of that Jay-Z lyric. I heard Mug saying they made Hov say, okay, so make another Hov. Y'all remember that? I think that's a disingenuous response, and I think it's a disingenuous comment. To say you made somebody as if you took somebody from nothing and created the talent, the gift, or whatever it was, and then created the way in which they used it and how successful they made it. I think that's disingenuous, because it's just not true. I don't think that you can necessarily make somebody, and I don't think that a person who was so-called made by a person can necessarily say that person who claims that they made them had no say in who they are. Let me say this. I think it's twofold. I think that Ashanti already had the gift to write. I think that Ashanti already had the gift to sing, and the talent, because she's not gifted. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? But I think that she already came in with her gifts and her talents, right? But I do think that it took a Irv Gotti or someone of his caliber to help her hone said skills. So when he says, yo, he was the one who made you sing it this way, he was the one who made you bop bop this way, I believe that. But it was a group effort. It was a conjoined effort. It wasn't, if it wasn't for Irv, she wouldn't exist, or if it wasn't for her, vice versa. You see what I'm saying? It was her gift, him being able to shape it, come together, and this is the Ashanti we have. Same thing with Jay-Z and Dame Dash. At the end of the day, had Dame Dash not been in the picture, would we know Jay-Z? This is a real question. Had Dame Dash been in the picture and Rockefeller never came to be, would we know Jay-Z? A lot of people might say no. Some people might say yeah, because he could have went this route or he could have went that route, but we would never know because he never went those routes. So in a sense, Jay-Z did need a Dame Dash. However, Dame Dash didn't create a Jay-Z. He came with the gifts and the talent or whatever it was that he had when he got there. Now, as it pertains to this, first of all, Chris looks eerily similar to Erupt. It's weird. Let's start there first. These dudes look very similar. Like, it's eerie. It's very, very eerie. Let's start there first. Secondly, I don't know what he wants from Ashanti. Like, what do you want from her? What do you want her to do as a woman, especially as a married woman today? Do you expect her to go on these podcasts or go on these interviews and just praise the relationship she had with a married man? Is that what you want? I don't know exactly what it is you want from this. And how does this affect his wife or the wife that he had when he was cheating? Like, how does this affect the kids? Like, why are y'all pushing up on Ashanti so bad is the question. This is a real question. What do you want from Ashanti? Okay? At the end of the day, Ashanti had to run into Irv. Irv had to run into Ashanti. Now we have the Irv and now we had the Irv and have the Ashanti that we have. What more do you want from the girl? Your brother died with a broken heart because he was in love with a woman with whom, his words, not mine, he was not married to. He was in love with Ashanti, but he was married to another woman. What are we to do with that? Like, what do the Gottis want from us is the question. Ashanti shouldn't have to go around and brag about the relationship she had with your brother. They were doing something that was frowned upon. It's called adultery. Why would she go around and prance this all around the world? I wouldn't go around saying nothing either. If anything, I'd shut the F up too. Because how does it make me look as a woman knowing I was sleeping with this man knowing he had a wife? Because that's just the honest of it all. I don't understand. I don't understand what the Gottis want from Ashanti. Ashanti ain't even your biggest artist. Ja Rule is. Why y'all running? You feel what I'm saying? Like, maybe because Ashanti doing more shows than Ja Rule. Maybe because in 2025, she's more relevant than Ja Rule. I don't know. But whatever it is they're looking for from Ashanti, rather it be Chris, rather it be any other person in the family, while I believe everything that you said about them being in a relationship, I believe that lock, stock, and barrel. There's nothing about that sentence or that comment that make me feel like you lying. I believe it. I believed it when your brother said it. But my question would be is, what more do you want from the girl? She's not going to get on here and talk about the relationship as bliss as if that man didn't have a wife. That's the cards he was dealt, and that's the hand he played. It is what it is. And she shouldn't get in the interview and mention Irv. And the last time I did see her get in the interview and mention Irv, she really paid respect to that man and talked about how he helped her career and how she really cared for him and she wished that they had more time. The girl did that. I don't know what else you want from the girl. I'm not about to get on here and brag to y'all about a relationship I had with a married man either. It's never going to happen. That's never, I don't care in what context we speaking about. There's never going to be a day where I'm on this live or I'm on somebody's interview or I'm on anybody's anything talking about how great of a relationship I had with somebody's husband. That just don't go like that. That just don't go like that. So it is what it is. She married now. She got a kid. Allegedly, they say she got another one on the way. I don't know. Let that girl go live her life. Irv lived his. Chris, you go live yours. Leave the girl alone. I don't know what else you want from the girl. This is a real question. Like, this is a real concern. I really don't know what they want from the girl. Freeman's Network, thank you for the super chat, says that Nigerian chick from yesterday don't speak for New York FBAs. We love how our sisters dress in the South. Damn ashy feet, foot tether. Sorry for being off topic, but I had to. Oh, girl, I wasn't worried about that girl from yesterday. The girl from New York with the New York fitted on talking about girls in the South. Girl, we wasn't worried about her. It was just a topic. Shout out to the Freeman's Network. Shout out to the Freedmen's Network, honey. Yes, and shout out to my people in New York. Shout out to all my New York people. Felicia Renee, thank you for the super chat, says, hey, little sis, I'm passing through. Work is working me. Honey, do I know. Here's a little something for Baby Boo. Hashtag gang gang. Replay later. Hashtag hit the like, y'all. Yes, y'all hit the like button. And thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you so much for the well wishes for my baby. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for everything. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. It's free. It's super free. I promise you. Darnell, thank you so much for the generous and lovely super chat. Hold on, let me get the theme music for Making It Rain. Thank you so much for the super chat, my love.
I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
Thank you, Darnell says, hey, boo, I hope all is well. Just want to know if you've seen or how do you feel about the 12-foot black woman statue in New York next to the 2 original white men statue. Is it empowering or disrespectful? I'm glad you brought that up because now I'm about to go pull it up because I saw it, but I wasn't quite sure what was happening at the time. I ain't even gonna lie. I saw it. So I don't know if y'all seen this, but they put up this statue of a black woman in New York. And it's got people talking. Some people don't like the image of the statue. Some people feel like, girl, why? Like, it's a lot going on. Y'all tell me. Thank you for bringing this up, Darnell, and thank you so much for the super chat. Tell me what y'all think about this. So according to legend has it that this is the statue that they put up in New York. This is a statue of a black woman. I'm not sure what this means, why it's there. Maybe somebody could help me out. I'm not sure. It just looked like somebody's mama or their big sister or their auntie waiting on somebody to get off the school bus or waiting to see the girls who want to fight their little niece or something like that. I don't know what this is. I don't know why it's here. According to Darnell said that it's a statue next to the 2 original white men statue. Now, I don't know what the original white men statue is, but this is the new statue of New York. New York, heavy boot people. I don't see, do she have on heavy boots? Hold on, let me see if she got the heavy boots on. It looked like it. The soles are a little thick, so I don't know. The point I'm asking, or the question I'm asking is, for why? Like, this is really the question. For why? Let me see. Does anybody, the 12-foot tall statue that will be on display until June 17 was put in Times Square, which confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation that could have put a bra on Latifah's F. So they don't have no bra on the lady. Who? I don't know what this is for and why. I don't know. Maybe somebody could help me out, but to be completely honest, y'all, I have no clue and no idea what's happening here and why it's happening. But it just looked like a black woman. They say she ain't got no bra on. I didn't get that close. I don't know. New York, you know, they just got trash cans in New York. I don't know if y'all know that. Shout out to New York. But last year, they just got trash cans. The mayor came, rolled one out to the end of the corner, and he was so excited. Mind you, the trash bags be this big, and the trash can was this skinny. You feel what I'm saying? So New York is a special place. You know what I'm saying? They just got trash cans. That was a major thing for the New York people. So I guess they figured, why not up the ante and put the black lady in the middle of Times Square? But either way, I don't know whose mama this is, whose older sister this is. I don't know what this is about, but New York got us a statue, black women, in the middle of Times Square, looking like she tired and waiting on somebody to hurry up and come on. I don't know. Shout out to New York. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know why this is happening. I truly don't, on my mama. TL, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, I arrived to my travel assignment in Pennsylvania. I love it. I'm out here with the clears doing clear people stuff like holding kangaroos. You know, every now and again, we got to get out and do clear people stuff. Not all they stuff. But some stuff that the clears do be real fun. I used to hang out with a lot of clears in Slidell. That's why I knew everything about St. Tammany Parish. About that clear lady who was on here claiming she was Creole. I used to hang out in Slidell with a lot of the clears. And you know, one thing about the clears I will give them, they are fun-hearted and they don't give a damn about nothing. Do you hear me? The clears ain't scared of nothing. Tubing, why not? Get on a doggone inner tube and float your drunk ass up the river. They got alligators. They got snakes. They got kangaroos, lion, tigers, and bears. The clears get that Coors Light in them and they don't care. I think everybody, if you haven't had a chance to hang out with the Clears, please, but be mindful. You got to keep your head on the swivel because they'll do anything. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to keep your head on the swivel, but it's a lot of fun. You ain't got to worry about nobody stealing nothing from you. You ain't got to worry about, well, they do fight. They'll fight, but don't worry about it though. After they get through fighting, they just get back to partying, black eye and all. They don't care. You feel what I'm saying? But if you ever get a chance to hang out with some Clears, to do some clear stuff, I advise all my Negroes to do it. It's fun. I promise you, it's fun. It's fun. They don't have, it's like, you ever been around people who danger is right there, but for some odd reason, they don't care, but some odd reason, they're not caring works? That's the Clears. Y'all hang out with the Clears. Shout out to TL. Have a good time, fat. You got to keep your head on the swivel, though, because they'll have you doing anything. Like, I remember one time, we went out to a bar, and the lady was closing down, and she was like, only thing I'm serving is beer and wine. And so we get in there, and I don't drink beer. You feel what I'm saying? So I remember getting in there, and I said, well, shit, give me the wine. You feel what I'm saying? And this one guy was talking to me about how he takes his beer, and he drinks Jägermeisters. Never drank it, but I've smelt it and seen what it did to them. I don't want nothing to do with it. If you're on here, you know I ain't lying about no Jägermeister. But this fool was talking about he had a bottle of Jaeger, that he bought in while the lady was only giving us beer and wine. And this fool went to take the whole bottle of Jaeger to the head and then turned around and took a whole big old thing of beer and took that to the head and talk about the Jaeger followed by the beer or something. Girl, when I see that mother effer laid out on that floor, see, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because they do anything. They don't care. They don't care. It's like they wake up the next day to talk about how they didn't care the night before. You see what I'm saying? So please, just keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head in the game. That they will have you doing any and everything. You're not gonna know what's going on. Next thing you know, you feel what I'm saying? Just be careful. But definitely hang out with some Clears and do clear activities. I promise you won't forget it. It'll be one of the best times. I promise you. Please hang out with the Clears and do clear activity. I promise you, it's the best time. I never regret one time hanging out with them. Never regret. And I always want to be sober so I can tell them what happened the night before. Now, don't get me wrong. I smoked and I ain't smoked because I was doing some other stuff, but I wasn't smoking. I wasn't doing no drugs. I'll just say that. I was preparing for some other stuff, so I couldn't smoke. But I was drinking, but I was sipping. See, this is how you got to be around the Clears. When the Clears is wilding the F out, because that's how it goes, you got to sit there and sip on your little drink. Girl, that's crazy. Oh my God. Shot. Because you got to keep your eyes open. You got to keep your eyes open. Somebody going to bust their head open to the white meat, type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the Clears, hanging out with the Clears. I love it. Rhonda's Glam Corner, thank you for the super chat, says, congratulations to my niece in my head. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my love. Olivia Dreams. Thank you so much for the generous super chat, man. Y'all pulling up. Thank you so much, Olivia Dreams.
I make it right. I make it right. I make it right on them hoes. I make it right. I make it right on them hoes.
Thank you so much, Olivia Dreams. Olivia Dreams says, hey, boo, foot on the neck with that fire hair color on you. We always celebrate higher education. Congratulations to your daughter. Bless up. Thank you so much, Olivia Dreams. Thank you so much for making it rain. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Get in here, get the likes up on the video. Thank you. I'm appreciative of everybody. Y'all like the video. Thank you so much. Jay Grizzly, thank you for the super chat. Hey, boo, on Friday, I'm graduating with my master's. Go ahead on, girl. In computer science, loan, debt-free, Aggie pride. You came on my feed one day, and I've been hooked. I'm an Acorn man that loves FBA women. Jay Grizzly, first and foremost. Huge, major congratulations. Insane amount of congratulations. Heavy on the degree, but even heavier on that student loan debt-free part. Do you hear me? Do you understand what you have just done? You have just unlocked the cheat code. Do you understand me? Now, I don't know how you did it, but congratulations, Fat. Enjoy your congratulations and your graduation. Have a great time. Take that opportunity of being debt-free and use it to your advantage, because if you like me, I got to pay these people. You feel what I'm saying? But the fact that you did it debt-free, that is amazing. The fact that you even finished the course is amazing. And I'm so happy and so proud of you and so thankful for you. And shout out to you. Shout out, matter of fact, it is graduation season. To anybody in the chat, family, friends, children, uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, anybody that's graduating in the chat, I don't care if it's kindergarten, I don't care if it's high school, I don't care if it's college, I don't care if it's graduation from AA. Congratulations to everybody that's graduating. I think that you guys are doing amazing and have done amazing. If you're graduating out of AA or any type of drug rehabilitation program, extra congratulations to you. Just congratulations to everybody who's completing any type of graduation or certificate or anything. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Congratulations, my love.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Especially to the ones coming out of drug or alcohol rehabilitation programs. Y'all are the real goats. Congratulations to the people. Yes, ma'am. Congratulations. And congratulations, Jay Grizzly. Have a shot on me. Well, not on me because I can't send you no money, but have a shot for me. B Lady Raw, thank you for the super chat. Says, yes, them clears took me to a drag club and introduced me to Jaeger. Had the best time with my clears. Girl, let me tell you something. I'm scared of that Jaeger. Ooh, girl, I'm scared. I'm tired. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm scared. I seen what it did to him. I seen what it did to the clears on that Jaeger, girl. I was scared. I was scared, but you got more heart than me. Shout out to you, but I ain't gonna lie, it do be the best time. And you could leave your purse. You ain't got to worry about nobody going in your well. The clears that I hung out with, I could leave my purse and I ain't have to worry about nobody going in my purse. And yes, they will fight, but don't worry about it. They're gonna be back friends right after the fight. It's cool. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about nobody coming back, popping nobody in the head because they lost the fight or none of that. They gonna fight. Somebody gonna get beat up real bad, or both of them gonna get beat up, but then they're gonna get back to drinking. That's what I like about the clears, partying with them. Thank you, B Lady Raw. And thank you, Camille, for the super chat. Says, you telling them right about the clears, girl. Listen, I'm telling you, some of the best times I had was with the clears. No cap. No cap. And Markeisha, thank you for the super chat. Says, I just came, say congratulations to Baby Boo on graduating. We are proud. I'm 2 days on your live behind. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Thank you so much, Markeisha. Thank you so much, Markeisha, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate to everybody in the building, y'all. Like I said, everybody who's graduating, congratulations. Seriously, all jokes. But here's the statue in New York. If y'all want to go take a picture by the lady, she only up. They say June 12th, and she down. All right, let's move on. Now I want to get into. Let's get into Ryan Hinton and his family. So Ryan Hinton Jr., that's the guy who allegedly unalived a cop in revenge or to avenge his son's death. So I remember we talked about it yesterday. So basically this guy, this young man was accused of, wait, before we move here, before we move to Ryan Hinton, I got an honorable mention I want to bring up real quick. This is a real question. This is a real question. Y'all drag DDG down to the ground when y'all see every time you turn around, all he do is have this baby in front of the camera. This is, I'm just telling you, hold on. I'm just trying to show y'all something right quick. Every time DDG, aka Lil Darryl, came on this internet with Lil Halo, y'all dragged him down to the ground. Y'all said he using the baby for clout. Y'all said that he gonna mess with the baby or do some whoop-de-whoop. If it wasn't for the baby, I know the baby tired of him and whoop-de-whoop. I just have one question. Beyonce ain't did every show on this tour yet without yellow, without blue and yellow. This is the question I want to ask to y'all. Does Beyonce have to have yellow on stage? Because I'm of confusion. Now, don't get on here to the Beehive people coming stinging and all of that. Put your stingers up. This is a question, okay? Now, y'all don't know this Cowboy Carter album, and you know it. Y'all don't know the album. Then don't talk about how she's done. But then Beyonce don't need yellow because Beyonce has done many shows without yellow. I agree. But I'm talking about this one here in particular. I ain't seen Beyonce get up here without blue or yellow since. Every time you turn around, here come yellow waving, here come blue pop locking. What's going on? Is Beyonce using her churn like y'all said DDG was using his child? This is just a question. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to see something. Hold on. Let's get Yellow on here. And you know, all Yellow do is get on here and wave. How old is Yellow? Put it in the chat. How old is Yellow? Yeah, Fed. I'm gonna say the uncomfortable part out loud. Beyonce tickets ain't selling because y'all ain't trying to go hear that ugly ass shit. So Beyonce say, how can I get them out here to come see me? She went and got them churn. Beyonce bringing them churn on stage so y'all could come. Y'all can't let, because y'all gonna get on here and be delusional, and I don't like that. Y'all gonna get on here and be delusional, and I don't like that. Beyonce been having this little girl on her tour, this entire tour. Don't get me wrong, I am not foolish, okay? I understand that Beyonce can hold a tour or hold a show without her children. But this one in particular is struggling. Let's talk about it. Y'all not going to buy the tickets. And every time I turn around, she's got Yellow on stage. Now, shout out to Yellow, beautiful girl. But at the end of the day, is Beyonce doing what y'all say DDG was doing? Because it was cute the first time. Now it's just like, okay, girl. You feel what I'm saying? It was cute the first time. Now I'm over here wondering what's going on. 9 says they said she had 4,000 unsold seats and she was selling seats for $20 to $80, as she should. As she should. People not running down there for this tour. And I'm going to tell you why. This album is nowhere. First of all, the last album wasn't that great, but at least it had more hits than this. Nobody was feeling Beyonce going country music. That's just the guy. And this is no shade. No shade, no tea. But every time I turn around, she on there hugging up on Yellow. And I'm trying to figure out, girl, just sing the song. She's bringing out these people, her children, and their props. That's going to hurt, huh? At least Blue dancing. What Yellow doing? At least Blue giving us a boom cake. At least Blue giving us a boom cake. What Yellow be coming on to do? Just Lou said waving. I'm just saying. But again, beautiful girl, beautiful kids. But I'm just saying, I feel like y'all picks and chooses. Y'all have y'all picks and chooses. Y'all have y'all picks and chooses about that. And I don't like that. If DDG was using little Halo for clout, then I don't know what Beyonce using Yellow for way more clout than DDG. Because she's trying to sell the tickets to the show. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like, what's the difference? I don't feel like, to be completely honest, I don't feel like DDG nor her were using the children for clout. I think that some people realize that they can get on here and and showcase their kids. But I do feel like Beyonce is doing whatever it takes to go viral so that y'all can go buy them tickets. I believe that Beyonce continues to bring that little girl on stage so y'all can go record it, go put it on the internet and go viral so y'all can get down there and buy them tickets. That's what I think, because y'all not buying the tickets. The last few tours she had, y'all was selling out the shows. What happened? I'm just saying. And I'm trying not to say what I want to see. I ain't gonna say it. I'm fighting in my head. I got the devil and the angel on my shoulder. There you go. Let's move on. 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 I know they mad, girl. They could be mad. All I said was the truth. She bringing them kids out there so y'all can go buy the tickets. That's the truth. I'm not gonna step down on that. It just is what it is. She bringing them kids out there so y'all can go buy the tickets so she can go viral and y'all can come buy the tickets. Y'all been asking to see them kids. Why wouldn't she? Like, of course. You feel what I'm saying? She doing what she supposed to do. She doing what she supposed to do. It is what it is. All right, but what we're not gonna do is get super sensitive because she's Beyonce. She can get talked about like everybody else. Wrong channel if y'all think I'm gonna spare Beyonce. Y'all at the wrong place. Girl, y'all at the wrong place. If y'all think I'm gonna spare Beyonce because she's Beyonce, wrong channel, fat. Go somewhere else. Because I don't spare nobody. She can catch it too. And at the end of the day, she ain't selling them tickets, so she bringing them kids on stage. Facts. I heard about Matthew Knowles saying something about Kanye, talking about when he backstage, he normally people listen to him, something like a little vile threat or whatever. I saw that, honey. I was like, oh, Matthew, if you don't go sit your old ass down. Deborah, thank you for being a member for 12 months, says, congratulations to Lil Vu. Your auntie and uncle are so proud of you. And congratulations to you, Vu, for being an awesome mom. Thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you so much. I'll definitely let her know. And always a loner. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Sharjay, thank you for the super chat, says, that's Beyonce's response to Kanye, in my opinion. But see, I thought that too. The first time she showed her. Now it's just like, did they pick that black man for the Pope? TDA says, white smoke, a new Pope has been chosen. Did they pick the black man? I don't know. Let's move on, y'all. So now I want to get into the Ryan Hinton, or is that how you say his name? Yeah, Ryan Hinton Jr. This was the guy who basically unalived, allegedly, because I don't know, okay? This is the guy who allegedly unalived a police officer because his son was unalived during a commission of a crime, I guess. I don't know. They say his son was breaking into cars. I don't know. This is all alleged. A police officer unalived his kid wrongfully by saying they feared for their lives, and they say he pointed a blicky, which nobody has ever been able to prove. You feel what I'm saying? But he ends up running over another police officer that was either not on duty or retired, and he ends up going to court. Now, he has been labeled this like neighborhood hero for black people because we're like, okay, we're tired. And this guy walked out of the court with his head held high and everything, even though the court was filled with police officers to intimidate him, okay? So now the family ends up going to the courthouse. I don't know if this was for the same hearing or for another hearing, but either way it goes, the family ends up at the courthouse and all hell breaks loose. But all hell breaks loose because the family, at least the brother in particular, wanted Ryan to know, that's the guy who's on trial, him to know that his family was there. It was the bond hearing. Thank you, Carolyn. But he was letting them know that he was there to make sure that he had some sort of representation in family. And anybody who's ever been off to jail, prison, basic training, anywhere where you're away from people, small things like this matter. Okay. And I think that what happened was his family wanted him to lay eyes on them to say, hey, yeah, girl, we're here for you, to support you. Hold your head up. We here for you as family. Well, this happens. The brother wanted his brother to see him. The police tries to get in the middle, and all HE double hockey sticks breaks loose because the brother is not feeling them, not letting his brother see him. It says, Rodney Hinton Jr. appeared in court Tuesday facing an aggravated murder charge after allegedly hitting and killing retired Deputy Larry Henderson. The courtroom was packed with emotions and emotions were high, especially when a man claiming to be Hinton Jr.'s brother caused a brief disruption trying to speak to him. It says Hinton Jr. had visited police just one day earlier to view body cam footage showing officers fatally shooting his teenage son, Ryan Hinton. The detective said Hinton Jr. was emotional and family begged him not to drive, but later he returned for his car and drove to where Deputy Henderson was working UC graduation traffic. Police claim Hinton Jr. accelerated straight into the deputy without trying to stop. His lawyer entered a not guilty plea, saying the situation was driven by a classic mental illness and asked for competency hearing. It says supporters say Hinton Jr. was grieving and not in his right mind. A grand jury hearing is set for May 12th. Dang, that's in a few days. That's next week. Okay, so here is the brother trying to get his brother Ryan to see that they're there for him. And this is the eruption that happened at the courthouse. Y'all get the lights up.
Oh, man, y'all cool. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. My brother can't see me. They did this shit before. They did this shit before. They did it before. I got video of them messing with my brother and me before. I ain't do nothing. I just wanted my brother to see me. I ain't do nothing to him. He said, that's my family. That's my family right there. Doing all that. That CB one-on-one, man. That's that funny motherfucker there for my brother, man. Talking like that hard. Y'all can't do that shit one-on-one. Swear to God, man. Oh, man, y'all cool. I just want.
Now, this part didn't go over my head. He said, I have video of him messing with my brother before. Who is he talking about? Is he talking about an officer? That part didn't miss me. Hold on.
Oh, they did it before. I got video of them messing with my brother.
Who is he talking about and who has been messing with his brother? Y'all caught that, right? Maybe the retired person. That's what I was thinking, Adriana. I was thinking that too. Because what? I don't know. But this was very hard to watch. You can tell that that man has a lot of pain in his voice for what was going on in that courtroom. They're saying he had a mental illness situation going on to where he probably had some type of, you know what I mean? Click out happened. Okay, Carolyn says the officer has poked with his family before. Now, is this the officer who he ran over? Is this the officer that he ran over? Because if so, then this creates a bigger issue here. Now, this snowballs the whole situation into something bigger. Unfortunately, Dimple Pop, that's what I think too. Unfortunately. Yes, Miss Rena, there seems to be much more to the story. I don't know. Something is happening here that we're not privy to. something is happening or has happened here. They said yes, okay. Something has happened here that I'm not privy to. It got worse than this. Hold on. There was a big old fight in the back. Hold on, I got that video. There was a big old fight in the back of the courthouse, and I was like, wait, what? Is it this one? No, that's the Tyreek Nichols one. Hold on. They had a big old to-do in the back that I was confused about. Hold on. Yeah, y'all get the likes up on the video. This is sad. I don't know what's happening. Who live around there? Somebody gotta know. Somebody who live around there gotta know what really happened. Because you know the streets be knowing. The streets be knowing. I don't want to play the actual video of the son getting unalive because I don't know how YouTube is. Hold on, let me do this. Because I don't want YouTube to play with me. You know how it go. I thought, is this it? I seen it somewhere on the ground.
I'm glad you're not coming back to me. To me, I didn't like how it worked out. It was foul. I mean, it definitely was foul. And I'm just...
Hold on, girl. We're not on you yet. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go over here. Y'all get the likes up on the video. It was like a lot going on, apparently. Like it was a thing, like a big old thing.
Come on, man, y'all. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. My brother can't see me. They did this shit before. They did this shit before.
That's the way to do it.
They did it before. I got a video of them messing with my brother and before. I ain't do nothing. I just want my brother to see me. I ain't do nothing to him. That's my family. That's my family. That's
Come on.
Ray, please. Ray, please. Doing all that. Now, see me one-on-one, man. Now, that one motherfucker there on my brother, man. Ray, please.
Oh, wow. This is terrible. This is terrible. What has happened? There's so much we are missing in this case. What has happened? This is bigger than they just ran up on his son. This is bigger. What happened I got to do some research. Because on one hand, I'm feeling like, bro, just calm down. Like you making it worse. You're not making it better. But then on the other hand, me listening to what he's saying, I understand why he's so turned up. I would be turned up too. Because there's so much more that we not privy to that they're not talking about. What happened? Like what really happened? I know the son had a blicky, or allegedly they say the son had a blicky. They say they found it on him, but the police says that the son pointed the blicky, but they say evidence don't prove that. I don't know. This is what I'll do. I will do research on this because I'm of confusion, but there's definitely something more than what we know. There's definitely more than what we know for a fact. There's definitely more than what we know, but y'all don't understand how him just being able to lay eyes on his brother and his brother being able to lay eyes on him might help him when he go to the back. Because y'all got to understand, you got to know them police back there doing his brother a job. Nigga, you unalive the police. You unalive the police. You know they back there doing him a job. So him being able to just see his brother is probably something. You see what I'm saying? That means a lot. You know, him being able to lay eyes on his brother eyes on him, it might mean more to y'all than what we know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. All I know is something in the milk ain't clean. Carolyn, thank you for the super chat. Says the entire state of Ohio is corrupted. A little on my spiritual side, definitely a portal. So much bad energy. And if I'm not mistaken, it sits on the 33 parallel. Wow. I have formed that have had problems there. Wow. I believe everything you saying, girl, because I believe New Orleans is definitely a portal, without a doubt. New Orleans is a portal, and that bitch open up every time it get ready. I believe every single thing that you saying about the city being, the state, the city, everybody being corrupt, the 33rd parallel, all that. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it because I know how the city of New Orleans is. It's a portal too. I think all these black cities then turned into a portal. If they all wasn't already was, child. Something's going on. I'll do more research into this because this is something. There's something definitely seriously going on. Something. Yeah, something's wrong. I'll look more into this, y'all, so we can get more information on it. But since we're on courts and all this stuff, let's get into Tyreek Nichols. Y'all remember Tyreek Nichols? Tyreek Nichols was the black guy. Tyreek Nichols was the black guy that was unalived by all them black police officers. Remember, it turns out that apparently, allegedly, Tyreek was sleeping with one of the officers' wives, allegedly. I don't know this to be true. But allegedly, Tyreek Nichols was unalived by 4 or 5 black police officers who were part of the Qs and I think another fraternity or something like that. It was like 4 or 5 of them. You feel what I'm saying? Either way, he was unalived. It was caught on camera that they brutally beat him. And the officers just was found not guilty. It says former officers or Memphis police officers found not guilty for the fatal beating of Tyreek Nichols. It says the former Memphis police officers who were on trial for the fatal beating of Tyreek Nichols have been cleared on all charges. According to NBC News, on Wednesday, a Tennessee jury cleared Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justice Smith of second-degree murder on the other charges connected to the death of Nichols. After the verdict, Judge James Jones Jr. ordered that all men be released immediately they were all serving time behind bars after being convicted on some federal charges stemming from Nichols' death. Nichols died from a beating inflicted by the officers back in 2023. Now, this is what they saying. Hold on. Let me say this too. Another reason why they wasn't going to convict them officers, because if they convict them, then in the future, it's a lot of other officers they're going to have to convict, and they don't want to deal with that, okay? Let's really be clear about this. Remember, the reason why they call it the blue and not the black or the white is because the blue is a fraternity within itself. The blue is a fraternity within itself, and they call so-called back the blue. This is what they're doing. Because no matter what happened, I don't think any of those guys were justified to unalive this man and beat him the way that they did from the video I saw. It said, this is crazy. After just 8 hours of deliberation, the jury has acquitted the 3 former Memphis cops, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith, on all state charges, including second-degree murder in the brutal 2023 death of 29-year-old Tyreek Nichols. It says Nichols was beaten by 5 officers. I knew it was more from the now disbanded Scorpion unit After a traffic stop turned violent, he died 3 days later. The horrific footage sparked nationwide protests and calls for justice. All 3 officers were already convicted on federal charges, including civil rights violations and obstruction of justice. Sentencing is set for 16 June 2025. One of their own testified against them, Officer Desmond Mills Jr., who took a plea deal, told the court what really happened that night, but the jury found the remaining 3 not guilty. Ooh, I think that. Before we get into that, I want to go get that, what the guy said happened that night. Hold on. I want to go get that because this is very pivotal. I want to go get this. So one of the officers, is 5 of them total. One of them turned state and started snitching on everybody, right? He started saying everything that happened and went through. Mind you, we saw the body cam footage. We saw the body cam footage. We saw what happened to this man. And I want to, let me switch this too, because I want to share this. These are the 5 officers. Hold on. Let me retweet this because I want to have this so we can see the 5 officers. Let me see if I can find that brother who spoke. It was one of the 5 who basically spoke on the other 3 and basically gave detail as to what happened. Is this it? Oh no, that's the deliberations. We'll come back to that. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I want to show y'all this. Let me see if I can find it like this. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Beating plus John. Okay, Tyreek's family. It keeps showing me the actual thing. I don't want to see that. Let me see. Maybe this might. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up.
It's called 9 People, 7 Today.
Jerry, good evening to you. Catch us up on what else happened today.
Hey, Joy, good evening. The jury is back, as you mentioned, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So far, the defense has called 9 people, 7 today, and they really pressed the former EMT about the medical response that night. I want to take you all inside the courtroom right now. Former Memphis firefighter and EMT Robert Long was on the stand for about 2 hours today. You may recall video of some EMTs at times just standing around there on the scene. Long said he called for a paramedic because he knew Tyreek needed more help.
Jerry, good evening to you. Catch us up on what else happened today.
Hold on really quickly. Oh, wow. I didn't see this. Former EMT Robert Long testified this week that the officers who beat Tyreek Nichols to death never told him about his head trauma when he arrived on the scene. Wow. And you mean to tell me these 3 officers get acquitted?
His reporting of the violent beating that led to the death of Tyre Nichols. Day 7 in the federal trial of the 3 ex-Memphis officers accused in the traffic stop brought even more admissions. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pepper Baker.
And I'm Rudy Williams. Now, in hopes of avoiding a long prison sentence, Emmett Martin III testified yesterday that Nichols wasn't a threat to former officers Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith during that encounter. Now, that's contrary to initial reports. Our Stephen Pimpo is live downtown Memphis outside of the federal courthouse. And Stephen, today's focus was the review of body cam footage with Martin on the stand. What happened today?
Rudy, that is correct. They played that video again, and once again, it was difficult to watch. Tyre Nichols' parents were in attendance, but they left the courtroom when that video went on. Now, Emmett Martin III admitted in court today that he kicked Nichols 4 times and punched him in the face at least 5, all out of anger and frustration. Martin also admitted to lying to superiors about what Nichols did so he could justify what he calls an assault by the now disbanded Scorpion unit. following video may be disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised. Now, Catherine Gilbert, the defense attorney for the U.S. Department of Justice, continued her questioning of Martin, starting with the footage of Nichols' traffic stop. Martin testified that they did not tell Nichols why they pulled him over or why they were putting him in handcuffs. After Nichols ran off, Martin told the court that when he caught up with him at the second scene, he saw ex-officers Justin Smith and Tadarius Bean hitting Nichols with closed fists. Martin says he joined in, kicking and punching Nichols, even though he was helpless. Martin said at this point he took off his body camera. Martin went on that when Haley got to the scene, Demetrius Haley, he told them, beat that man. Then said Haley gave Nichols a vicious kick and Nichols' body just jerked. Footage went on to show that their supervisor, former MPD Lieutenant Dwayne Smith, arrived at the scene, and Martin said none of them told Lieutenant Smith about how they beat Nichols, and even went on to say Nichols was high, though there was no evidence of it. Martin later is heard lying to Lieutenant Smith, saying Nichols tried to punch him in the face when they pulled him over, and Haley said Nichols was driving into oncoming traffic, and Martin told us this was all part of their efforts to exaggerate what Nichols did so they could justify their use of force. Later, Martin is shown gesturing to Mills to take off his body camera and leave it recording on the ground so that it would not pick up their conversation. Martin told the court today this was a common practice amongst the Scorpion unit, so leaving that camera recording in their squad cars. Martin also identified a clip from the body camera footage where himself, Officer Smith, and Officer Desmond Mills can be heard laughing about what they just did to Tyre Nichols. Mills going on to say that he thought they were going to kill him. Now, coming up at 6, we'll have more from Martin's testimony, including how he and his fellow ex-officers allegedly falsified police reports so that they can hide what they did to Tyre Nichols. Rudy, back to you. Rudy Pepper, back to you.
How do you have all of this happening and it's known? And then these brothers are still found not guilty, because at this time it's not about the race of the person. It's just about what's wrong and what's right. They literally did everything they could to be wrong. They did everything wrong, and they got a not guilty verdict. I went and saw this. I think this is the officer that testified in the trial. Check him out.
And I heard the thump. The thump sound, and I heard after the second one, that's when I peeked my eyes open and I looked over and I seen Martin was punching Mr. Nichols. After I peeked and looked, I was wondering, so why is he punching him? And then I didn't want to look no more because it didn't look good.
Did I hear you say on direct examination with Mr. Hagerman that in fact Tyre Nichols was the most difficult arrest you had ever tried to make in your however many years at MPD?
Yeah, I said.
I don't know. I don't want to misquote you.
No,
I'm sitting way over there, and I thought I heard you say that the arrest of Tyre Nichols was the most difficult one you had.
I don't recall saying that.
Okay. Well, you tell me now. Was the Tyre Nichols arrest the most difficult one you had in 6 years as a cop?
It's the only arrest that I got criminal charges from. Eyes were shut, and I heard the thump.
So that was a little bit of the police testifying, talking about, of course, conveniently, he closed his eyes and didn't see. Here go Tyre Nichols' mom. I can hardly hear it. I can hardly hear it. But this is his mom when she was on the stand or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I didn't follow this trial. Maybe somebody else did. But how in the world did these boys didn't get convicted?
In the deadly beating of Tyre Nichols, not guilty on all 7 state counts. The officers' charges included second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated kidnapping. Last year, the 3 were among a total of 5 convicted on federal charges, including witness tampering. Police camera footage captured officers kicking and punching Nichols after he fled a January 2023 traffic stop. He died 3 days after the beating. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca has been following this case every step of the way. And Omar, remember that video when it came out, just so tremendously disturbing and upsetting.
I don't get this. I truly don't get anything about this.
They filed in. The judge told everyone not to, no outbursts in the court, which is pretty typical in emotional cases like this. And as you mentioned, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, all found not guilty. They each faced 7 charges, the big one being second-degree murder. That was punishable by up to 15 to 25 years in prison, official oppression, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, all those.
Is this one Acorn with that lining like that? And boy, I got a line like Fred Sanford, huh?
Charges that you mentioned, all not guilty. A little background here on this jury, though. This happened in Memphis, Shelby County, near the Arkansas border. That's where Memphis is. Well, during the course of this trial, they were saying we needed to find an impartial jury. So they had to go 300 plus miles to Chattanooga area, Hamilton County, to find that jury. So the jury is not from Memphis. They are from Hamilton County, 300 plus miles away. We found out it is an all-white jury. There were no African Americans on that jury. The jury in Memphis is a predominantly African-American town. So that's something that now people are talking about. A little bit more of some perspective here. There was a federal trial before this, and those officers either pled guilty or were found guilty of charges, but they were lesser charges, everything from excessive force with injury and witness tampering. They have not been sentenced for the federal crimes that they were convicted of, so we're going to wait to see. But the families are looking for justice, and now they're not going to get it from the state side. They feel they're going to have to get it from the federal. But we have to see with those lesser charges what kind of sentence comes from that.
So they beat the state charges. They didn't beat the federal charges. Okay. Let me see one more thing, and then we're going to move on. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. Because they already look, civil rights leader called for police reform after acquittal of Tyreek Nichols case. This is where you're now you're about to see a lot of your activists come out, because this one is TV worthy. Okay. So yeah, you're about to start seeing this now. Hold on. I want to see. All right, that's the what you call it. What has happened in the trial? Memphis police officers found not guilty on all state charges. But what about the federal case? What about the federal case is what I want to know. All right, right here it says split verdict in federal case. But it looked like they were found guilty on the federal charges because they talked about how, let's go over here. They talked about how they got to wait on the sentencing for that.
Split verdict in the federal trial in the police beating death of Tyreek Nichols during a traffic stop in 2023. NBC's Rahema Ellis joins us now. Rahema, this is pretty surprising to a lot of people, including the family of Tyreek Nichols. We were down there when they released that video. It was incredibly shocking what we saw from the men involved with the quote-unquote Scorpion unit, a crime suppression team. What did we learn today in court?
What we learned today, I think, was surprising many people, Tom, exactly because of what you said. This beating was captured on videotape. It ended up being a deadly beating. 29-year-old Tyreek Nichols died just a few days after he was beaten. What we found out today in court is that...
Sorry, it's an ad. They know where to put them ads, boy, huh?
The 3 officers were all convicted on charges of witness tampering, but Demetrius Haley was guilty on 4 of 6 charges, including witness tampering and a lesser count involving bodily injury.
Okay, so Demetrius, he must have been the head honcho in this. He's not guilty for counts 1 and 2, But it says he's guilty. Former officers charged in Tyreek Nichols' death. Count 1, deprivation of rights under color of law, excessive force and failure to intervene. Count 2, deprivation of rights under color of law, deliberate indifference. Count 3, conspiracy to witness tamper. Count 4, obstruction of justice, witness tampering. So Demetrius was not guilty on counts 1 and 2, but he was guilty on conspiracy of witness tampering and obstruction of justice / witness tampering. Lesser involving bodily injury / guilty. Okay. Then Justin was guilty on the 4th charge, which is obstruction of justice / witness tampering. And then Tadarius is guilty on charge number 4, which is obstruction of justice / witness tampering.
Former officers Justin Smith was acquitted of federal civil rights violation, and the same is true of former officer Tadarius Bean. Those officers, all Black, as you point out, were members of this special crime suppression unit. They were all fired, but it's not over for them. These officers now face charges in a state court of second-degree murder.
And I know this information is just coming in. I think we have the video of some of what happened when he was taken out of the car and he was beaten, because I think it's important for the viewers to see this, to understand why the family would be upset with the jury, with the verdict reached so far. Is this sort of the end of the case as we know it for right now? We know 2 of the officers did plead guilty, right?
Yeah, and those 2 officers also cooperated with the prosecutors in this particular trial of these 3 officers. But as we mentioned, it was a split decision on the part of the jury. 1 officer being found guilty on most of the charges, but 2 of them found not guilty on most of the charges, with the exception of witness tampering. And again, as I say, this is not over. Even after the second-degree murder charge that these former officers will face in a state court, you could expect that there will be civil charges that will come out on this case as well.
And what was so interesting about this case was that the police released that video immediately because they didn't want to have any protest. They didn't want to have any problems. And they fired those police officers pretty quickly as well after that video was released. I'm sure there's a lot to go in this case, but we thank you for bringing us the breaking news that just came in.
You see that one who ratted on everybody? Boy, you better get out of town, boy. Boy, you better go as far as you can. Do you hear me? Because you ain't just gotta worry about the people you told on, the other police. You gotta worry about other police, period. And then they families. You see what I'm saying? So whoever the boy is who testified against the other ones, boy, you better go to Timbuktu and stay there. Do you hear me? Go to Timbuktu, find you a corner and live. Do not come back. You will never be able to show your face back in Memphis. I'm telling you now. It's surprising to me that they even still got you outside. You got to run from civilians and the police. Because one thing the police don't play about is snitching on each other. If you ever notice, when you look even through the history, it's very rare if you've ever seen any cop testify on another cop. I don't care what it's about. I don't care what it's about. You have hardly ever, I know I've never, that I can think of off the top of my head, seen a cop go against another cop in court. I just ain't never seen it. Maybe you have. But either way, you're treading on thin ice, fat. So tread light. If I was you, I definitely tread light. But yeah, so Tyreek Nichols, this is the brother right here. I pulled him up. I thought I did. Let me see. Yeah, this is a brother right here who unfortunately lost his life in a traffic stop. This had to be personal. It wasn't just no random, regular, degular. It had to be random for them to handcuff him and then beat him the way that they beat him and unalive him. And I think they all need to be in jail. So even though 3 of them were acquitted on the state charges, 2 of them were pled guilty to the federal charges for sure. They the 3 that were acquitted on the state charges still have to possibly face civil charges and whatever they were convicted with on a federal level, which is sounds like little to nothing. That's what it sounds like to me. Rest in peace, Tyreek Nichols. They definitely trying to start a race war, y'all. They definitely starting a race war. Like, no matter how you feel or what you say about it, they are definitely trying to start a race war. Okay? I'm telling you now. Jay Grizzy, thank you for the super chat. Jay Grizzly says, thanks, Boo, and everybody for the congratulations. I had a full ride scholarship. Your live streams got me through while doing research. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that works for you. You know, it works for me too. I need noise, or I need to be listening to something when I'm studying or when I'm, it's weird like that. So thank you so much, Jay Grizzly, and congratulations again. Dimple Pop, thank you for the super chat. Says, text it to me. I'll gladly say it for you, Boo. Nah, I ain't going to do it. I'll keep that with my personal conversation amongst my friends. You know, people on this internet get to acting crazy, girl. Carolyn Johnson, thank you for the super chat. Says the entire state of Ohio is corrupted a little on the spiritual side. Definitely a portal. So much bad energy. And if I'm not mistaken, it all sits on the 33rd parallel. I have formed that. I read yours. Thank you so much, Carolyn. Again, thank you again for the super chat. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, check out the movie Mansfield 12. It based on a true story about how corrupt the prison system is in Ohio and how these brothers fought back and lost. Oh, wow. Their lives for change in the prison system. I sent it to you. Thank you so much. I'll check it out, Divine Empress. I'll definitely check it out. I'm about to catch a flight today. That's something to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Ken, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, Boo. Happy Friday Eve. Yes, happy Friday Eve. Y'all get in here. Get in here. Get in here. This is big business. Yes, Glamorous. Race is an illusion, a tool they're using against us. Absolutely, Glamorous. You're absolutely right. I told y'all it only matters to color when you're on a social level, on our level, and we just talking and we just trying to say who's what. But race and the status of white and black is a status more than a color. But that's a whole nother story we'll get to another time. Now, I want to get into this Myron Gains tea. So Myron Gains goes on Piers Morgan, and I watched the entire thing. So let's get into it. So Myron Gains, he's the Sudanese tether from the Sudan who loves getting on the internet and dragging black people, black Americans in particular. Okay, mind you, he's phenotypically black, meaning he looks black, but he's an African Sudanese tether is what he is. Okay, and he can't wait every moment, every chance he gets to talk about how he'll never date black women because we're loud, combative, we're ghetto, we're ignorant, how black men are the cancer of the neighborhoods and of the world, and black Americans are lazy and stupid because his parents came over from Sudan and they worked from 15 cents on up, which was all cap, just a whole bunch of cap. So I don't know why Piers Morgan them must be bored and must be out of content. So they decided to have Myron Gains, whiny ass Mark Lamont Hill, and two clear people. One is a nice clear. She's one of those kumbaya tree hugging clears. That's the one sitting next to Mark Lamont Hill, if I'm not mistaken. She's one of those clears who feel like, but it's wrong, you guys. No, it's not the one next to him. It's the one on the end. She's one of those, well, you guys, this is not okay. A life is a life. God loves us all type of clear. And then the one next to Mark Lamont Hill is a racist. Her words, not mine. A racist clear who believe that the clears in America are not being protected. Sorry. She also believes that the clears, let me say, I'm going to put it up. I want y'all to hear her. I want you to hear what she has said. That the blacks in America are literally trying to get rid of the clears, and the clears, sorry. I got to turn the volume off on these videos. Sorry. But also basically that the clears have been oppressed. They being oppressed or something like that. Let's go pull her up real quick because I want y'all to hear this. I watched this whole shit yesterday and it was funny to me. It probably shouldn't be funny to me, but it is. But it was funny to me simply because it's just like, girl, are you like, they seriously believe this. That's what makes it so funny. Hold on, let me fast forward.
And the charity industrial complex.
This the nice clear. This the clear that she seemed like she all right.
On all ends, this is ugly. I think that it's really co-opting the charity and giving community. I mean, I feel bad for the fundraising platforms because
mind you, their beef is, or the conversations is about give, send, go. So basically what they're arguing is The white woman, Shiloh Hendricks, or whatever her name is, who called that little black boy an N-word because she said he was acting like one, they're saying that she should have every right to do a fundraiser just because we have a right to help Carmelo Anthony fundraise for his situation. Now, mind you, we're helping Carmelo Anthony fundraise because we believe that there's a miscarriage of justice and we believe that he's innocent. Whereas the Clears are standing behind the Shiloh lady just because they like that she's ignorant and clear and a peasant and a Slavic clear person who like to call young kids the N-word. So this is what they're arguing when they're talking about the raising money.
I don't think this was the intention originally, but unfortunately, I think that people are really starting to take over good intents and the charity industrial complex to make it into a victim industrial complex, and it's really sad to see.
Well, we're going to have one of the founders of the Give, Send, Go.
Opposite sides of the same coin. For people wrote it.
We don't care.
With this is to simply, she used the word. She thinks the kid was acting like one. She feels like she has a right to use that word against that small baby because of whatever age appropriate thing the kid did. If she's telling the truth and she's getting doxxed and harassed, I don't know if I want to reward her behavior with $500,000. I don't think she should be doxxed. I don't think she should be harassed. I think she has been mistreated to the extent that no one should be. You have a right to be racist. You have a right to free speech in this country. But I'm not donating money for it, and I feel a lot worse about her GoFundMe than the one for the person who's been railroaded.
Yeah. Well, Lily Gaddis, you posted a defense of Shiloh on X. It's been viewed 2.5 million times.
I was telling y'all about.
In which it was entitled, "White People Are Finally Fighting Back. Stand with Shiloh Hendricks." What did you mean by that? Tax day has passed, but for millions of Americans, that's where the trouble begins.
Here's the thing. White people have been under attack for years. It's been systematic racism. As much as Black people and people of color want to talk about systematic racism in the United States, it's quite the opposite. They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM.
You want to know what's happening here? White folks have been in the rule of power or in power for so long and been able to do whatever it is they want to do for so long. They've been in this position of greatness and winning, no matter how trash or disgusting or ignorant and dumb they are. They have been in that position for so long that now the idea of that position being threatened has now turned them into victims. Oh, to be completely honest, we've actually been the ones been suffering because now we have to actually work. Oh, and now we can't just get the job because we're clear. Now they're actually giving Black people jobs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of girl we dealing with. She about as bad as Myron Gains, probably worse.
And all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. So the way to fight back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, ingrained in U.S. society is with white unity. We don't see white unity on
Hang
our side.
on. Okay, but hang on. Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you've just said. This is a disgusting racist woman who repeatedly spews the M-word, first at a young child and then at the person taking the video of her, does it with complete impunity, does it numerous times. We are talking about a bona fide, unquestionable racist. And so I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything that you've just said. She's just a racist. End, isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
Well, it is
white
about
people
her.
coming together and supporting another white person. And it doesn't matter.
Why
what
would
she
you want to
says.
support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country. if you
That's
have-
fine. You can support free speech, but you're also...
You think it's bad. Watch this. Watch this girl. I don't know who this clear woman is, but one thing I will give her is I respect that she's standing on business. However she feels, she's standing on business, and she loud and proud and unapologetic. I like that about the bitch. That's what I will give the bitch. She's standing on business. Let's get into it.
You have to be accountable for what you say. She is... I mean, would you use the M-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do quite frequently.
You use the M-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the M-word repeatedly, you are a racist then, are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different.
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
Girl,
So you just
girl, sit your lying white ass down, girl. You is not around a group of black people using the N-word. Now you might have the ones that you know that allow you to play with them like that, but you ain't just around random black people using that word. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. That I don't believe, because you'd have been got your snot box rocked, like my boy Hassan be saying. Girl, you would have been got your snot box rocked. Stop it. Now she might have some blacks around her that like to be around the clears, like the Myron Gains of the world. They don't mind her saying it, you know what I'm saying, because they think that they're removed from it because they're different until she calls one of them one. You know what I mean? But this right here, this is Cap. This is Cap City. I want to show y'all what Myron Gains. That's a weird looking ass nigga though. No cap, that's a weird looking ass nigga. And this is gonna get us into the clip I want to show y'all.
This is stupid and racist, and at some point we have to ask ourselves, do we want to reward this kind of disgusting behavior by platforming it?
I don't disagree, Mark. Listen, I didn't know she was going to say that. I don't disagree with you.
No. Yeah. I'm with you. I don't think you knew ahead of time. I'm saying at this.
Guys, because you've been.
This YouTube channel gets.
Sorry. I want y'all to hear what Myron had to say. It's funny as hell. It's funny when you know how ignorant it is, but it's not funny in real life.
About any of this.
Well, I mean, I find it interesting that you guys want to virtue signal and, wag the finger and say she's a racist and everything else like this.
No, she admitted she's a racist.
Well, let me
I'm not wagging a finger at anybody.
She's
I don't need to
self-identified as a racist.
But Myron, with respect, Myron, I don't need to wag a finger when somebody says, yeah, I'm racist. I use the N-word against black people. I don't care. That's a racist. I'm not wagging any finger. I'm not accusing anybody. She is admitting it proudly. Even you can't defend that, surely.
Everybody is racist to some degree. The reality is it depends on, a lot of people want to be politically correct. A lot of people want to sit there and say, I'm not racist at all. We all have biases. We all have stereotypes. We all make jokes. We all.
You know what bothers me? Not really bothers me. You know what I always think about when I look at a Myron Gains and people like him? They act like, if you look at Myron Gains next to Mark Lamont Hill, they the same color. And the fact of the matter is, Myron Gains could sit up here and act like this is a situation for only FBA versus the clears in America, but they call them sand niggas all the time. At the end of the day, the common name in both of the horrible black things that they call us is the nigga, meaning it's a regular nigga and a sand nigga, yet it's still a nigga. So I don't understand in Myron's mind, right? When he take on these things for these clear folks and he's just like, well, I think that they should be able to call her the N-word or call the kid the N-word because it's freedom of speech. But the thing is, they will turn around, and they have turned around and called him a sand nigga so many times, but he don't, you see what I'm saying? I think in his mind, he thinks that he's siding with the winning side by going against us, but inadvertently, he's going against him too. He's going against him too. So the fact that he's hollering free speech, which in a sense, I understand people should be able to say what they want. That's one of the reasons I appreciated All in the Family, especially when they had him and George Jefferson on there, because they were both equally bigoted. Jefferson was just as bad as doggone Bunker, and Bunker was just as bad as Jefferson. I love that back and forth. But when it's a mutual combat situation, there's difference. I get that. But in this situation, you got people who, and I'm going to be completely honest, this is going to sound bad. I do believe that white people should be able to come on here and be racist. I do. I done told y'all before. I think the biggest problem with black folk is we don't do some of the things that they do. Meaning they gonna take up for they folk. They gonna do whatever it is to benefit them. And we are shunned at doing the same thing for us. That's my biggest problem. I feel like just like they should be calling us the N-word, we should be able to call them the H-word or the C-word. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. I just feel like it should be mutual on both sides. That's it. But other than that, as far as what these folks are doing, raising money for this clear woman who literally was just calling a 5-year-old the N-word, talking about he acting like one, thinking that she really flexing on something, it's just like, nah, y'all supporting her because y'all are racist. And ain't nothing wrong with being racist. I think that racists should be allowed to exist. I think more black people should be racist. In my opinion, I think more black Americans should be racist. I think the biggest problem with America, this is just me, I believe the biggest problem in America is that the black Americans are not racist. I believe if black Americans were racist, we probably wouldn't be here. I believe if black Americans were just as bigoted and ignorant and foolish as these folks was, I think that we probably still have our own economy. I think that if black Americans were racist, we wouldn't have to worry about this integration bullshit with having to work for these folks and all. I think so much would be cured if we was just as racist. I think the biggest misconception and the biggest mistake that we as black Americans have made is that we are told and we are taught and we teach each other that it's wrong for us to meet these folks with the same amount of vitriol that they meet us with, that they wrong for being racist and we just supposed to sit here and pray and take it. I think that's the biggest mistake. I think we should be just as racist. That's just me. I think just like a clear person could say, I don't like no N-word, I think we should be able to walk around and say, I don't like no C-words or no H-words or, or whatever we feel like calling them. I think we should be able to do that. I do. I think we should be able to be just as racist. I think the biggest problem is that we're not. So when a Myron Gains come over here tethering, trying to take the side of them clear people who gonna enslave his ass too, it baffles me. It really does baffle me. But I'm gonna let him finish a little bit, then we're gonna get into with the big eruption.
Are racist to some degree. Now, how racist you are is a whole other situation, but everyone is racist. That's number one. Next thing I want to say, see, I think this Shiloh Hendricks and Metcalf situation is a microcosm of a much bigger problem. And that bigger problem is what I call systemic organization. And what I mean by this is for decades, we've had black people literally running around with black supremacy, committing crimes, not getting accountability for their actions, and then they blame the system for it. For example, George Floyd, criminal. Ferguson, criminals. Freddie Gray, criminal. A lot of these people are criminals, and what ends up happening is they challenge the police officer, they get into a physical altercation, things go left, they die, something happens, use of force is utilized, and then they want to cry about the result. When in reality, it's not the police killing black people, it's black people killing black people. And if you want to talk about black on white violence, black people kill white people 2 times as much. And on top of that, most of the shootings in America, a lot of the times, are white people killing.
First of all, these stats that he's throwing out is cap. I don't even know where he getting these stats from. Number one, white people kill more white people than black people kill white people. Black people kill more black people than white people kill black people because crime is simply about proximity. Who am I close to? I can't rob the rich, clear woman who live up in Stone Mountain because, bitch, I don't live around there. I don't be over there. I'm not close enough to do it and get away with it. Does that make sense? So for him to get on here and say, oh, well, blacks, they kill each other more than anybody. Duh. Just like Sudanese people kill each other more than any other people in the earth. Asian people kill each other more than any other people on earth. White people kill each other more than any other people on earth. Hawaiian people, you go down the list. Crime is all about proximity. Crime is all about proximity. So when you say that you're trying to push this black on black crime narrative, but there's a Sudanese on Sudanese crime, there's a Chinese on Chinese crime, there's a white on white crime, there's a Hispanic on there's a crime, everybody is doing crime and committing crimes close to each other because that's where they are, okay? So these stats that he's pulling up, talking about black people unalive or kill more whites than whites do, that's cap. And y'all got to watch these studies. I told y'all they'll go get these studies that study 30 people and they'll put it out amongst the masses like it's the God's honest truth for everybody. It's just not. But Myron is so dumb and stupid. This is why the white boys do him the way they do him. That's why they got pictures of him in the bed with white boys while they sandwiching this food, because he's a get by. He's a nobody. You don't think them white folks know that they can play with Myron? You don't think that they play with him because they know that they can? Because that's what this is all about. These white folks is playing with Myron, okay? And they're allowing him to get up here and spew their vitriol so they don't have to do it. That's what this is all about. Now, I want to fast forward because Myron just going to be talking crazy. I want to fast forward to where we were and why we're here. So apparently, at the end of one more thing before we get to the end. Piers Morgan, y'all go check out this interview. He had the guy in charge of Give, Send, Go on this thing. I'm going to play it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to play it, but I got to play it really quickly. Then I got to get off of here. He had the owner of Give, Send, Go on his platform. And mind you, the owner is saying, hey, we all offer a platform to everybody because regardless, we just want everybody to be treated fairly. Oh, and by the way, the only time we'll step in is when we protect children. If it's not about protecting children, then we want nothing to do with it. Other than that, we gonna step in. So Piers is gonna ask him, well, okay, well then question, if your job is to protect children, then she just racially went after a kid. Shouldn't you feel some type of way about what she did? Watch the Give, Send, Go Fund man response. And I'm gonna tell you for Cliff Notes purposes, that man don't give a damn about this child, no other child, and nobody else. That man on here to make his money. But he damn sure don't give a damn about a black child. Check it out.
She might have some racial elements. I don't know. I don't know Shiloh
some
personally.
racial elements. She
know.
uses the N-word repeatedly to a black man, and she doesn't deny having just used it to a 5-year-old black child. I'm not sure what more evidence you need that this person's a racist. And my question for you is simply, where is that line for you? You say it's the law,
well,
but if somebody is literally raising hundreds of thousands of dollars to support them because they were blatant.
And don't get it twisted. Do not think because this is a clear man pressing a clear man about racism that either one of them are less racist. I'm not saying that Piers is a racist. I don't know him. I just don't trust none of them. So don't ever get it twisted. Oh, Piers, my boy, he asking him. Girl, the Piers is doing a job, okay?
Blatantly racist. I'm just curious how that fits with the Christian ethos of what your site's supposed to be about.
Well, it fits actually very well because we can, like I started to say, we don't operate on a litmus test of your past behaviors as far as the services that you get to provide. The moment that you start walking down the narrative that we're not going to provide you electricity, water, because we don't like you, the structural elements, the movement of money, which is a basic element to society.
So let me just ask you this. So if someone was being blatantly anti-Semitic, for example, right, would you allow them to raise money on your platform to defend themselves over their anti-Semitism?
We sit in a very interesting position as a platform in trying to navigate the complexities of these issues.
Yeah, so what's the answer, though? What's the answer?
You can say things. Well, I'll say historically, we've stood on that principle of saying we're going to allow things that we disagree with.
Okay.
And we've allowed things that we completely disagree with.
Do you allow
on the
people to
platform.
do
But our
pro-abortion?
mission-
Do you allow pro-abortion fundraising?
You see how he wouldn't answer the question about if somebody was being anti-Semitic? He ain't dumb.
Actually, there's two caveats to what Give, Send, Go has carved out, and one of them is it's broken into two pieces, but it's the protection of children. So we say we're going to protect children because they don't have a voice. So we're not going to allow fundraising for abortions on Give, Send, Go, and we're not going to allow fundraising for the transition of children.
Okay, but what about a
fundraising on Give,
5-year-old
Send, Go.
child being? What about a 5-year-old black child being called the N-word?
What about that?
Where does the protection for that child come in?
Well, that's their parents' responsibility. That's like if my child, and I have several children, if my child was called something bad, I would take my child aside and I would tell them.
You just said that one of the caveats. Hang on, you
mean.
just said one of the caveats for Give, Say, Go is the protection of children. You talked about the transitioning process. You talked about abortion, which is obviously your Christian perspective on that. And I'm simply saying, why doesn't it include children being racially abused? Why is that suddenly the parents' responsibility, not yours as a platform?
No, because
where
there are
you are
campaigns that
literally
exist on Give,
you are
Say,
going to
Go.
make a. Well, look, let me just spell it out to you. The way things are going, you're going to make.
And y'all, it just made me mad to think about it. And y'all mother pluckers wonder why I get so freaking mad at Black Americans when they care so much about other people's kids. These folks don't give a fuck about your kids. This is why when I see y'all get on here windmilling behind them 4 kids, I be wanting to bash y'all head into the damn concrete because y'all are Jim Crow slow. If you continue to put their kids, you see them on the Arms of the Angel commercial, them kids over there crying, y'all over there acting a fool. Oh, but Vinny, they're being held in cages. This is unfair. Don't none of them give up about you and yours. They don't. And they don't even act like they do. They don't even try to play like they give a damn about yours. None of them. None of them. Not Piers, not the Give, Sing, Go man, not the president, not your mayor, not your governor, not your pastor. None of them give up about you and yours. But y'all be running amok, running around here windmilling on other Black people when we don't give a fuck about theirs. Y'all is crazy. Y'all is crazy. I needed to show this part. I needed to show this part because while y'all sitting up there with all the empathy and sympathy for everybody in their mammy, these folks wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. Do you hear me? You see this man right here, right? He is only a representation of what everybody else in the world think about you, even some other Blacks. And y'all running around here windmilling for these folk and their kids, and I will never in my brain understand it and comprehend it. I will never understand it and comprehend it. And I'm glad you brought this up, Simone. You said, oh, and he a Christian too? Remember, their Christianity teach them a different Christianity from Black folk. White Christian churches, remember, that's the reason why they used to come up with the KKK stuff with the cross in their hand and burn the cross. Because see, their Christianity teach them a different Christianity. In their Christianity, they still above you. You are still their servants. You are still here to be their slaves. You have been cursed. In their book, we, you and me, have been cursed. So they don't feel bad about what they do to me and you, because in their book, it's teaching them that that's what they should do, that they are the chosen people and you have been cursed. So that's why we can't even bring up the Christian thing. They do everything in their name in the name of Christianity. They don't care about none of that ugly ass shit. Christianity is the last thing they worried about. Y'all ain't never sat in an all-white church. Y'all ain't never sat, go Google an all-white church. Y'all ain't never sat in I'm talking about all lily white church. They Christianity different from ours. See, ours teach us to love everybody. Theirs teach them that you are the chosen people, they slaves, they was cursed, and you supposed to do this according to the Bible because the Most High said you the chosen, and you get it? I'm just saying, thank you for bringing that up, Simonia, because I wanted y'all to hear that. Yes, this man is supposed to be a Christian. Yes.
Make a millionaire out of a woman who racially abused a child. And if your caveats are for
that's
protection,
incorrect.
Well, hang on. Well, you are.
No, I'm not. Because one, we're a platform. We don't make donations to these campaigns. These are individuals that are making donations.
This person will
of their
become a
own volition.
millionaire
This is
because
not
of your
Gibson.
platform.
No, it's not because of our platform. They could send checks and they could send money a million different ways to individuals.
But they're using your platform
avenues.
And you've already said to me you carve out things because you want to protect children. I'm just curious, why is racially abusing a child not one of your carve outs?
Yeah.
Well, what the campaign is fundraising for. So we have to make a distinction.
Because they don't give a fuck about your nigga child. I'm gonna tell you what he not gonna say because he can't say it on here. I'm gonna tell you what he wanna say because he can't say it, but I can because I'm black. He don't give a fuck about you or your nigga child. Girl, you and your nigga child. That's what he want to say. I'm gonna just say it because he can't. Girl, fuck you and your child. How about that? Give a fuck about you or your child, bitch. The fuck? I'm just saying, in case you needed it in layman terms, that's what he's saying. Girl, fuck you and your child.
Between what happens on Give, Send, Go, and then what happens outside of Give, Send, Go. Because we can't police everything that happens outside of Give, Send, Go. All that we can police is what happens on Give, Send, Go. So the two instances that I gave were about campaigns that if they were created on Give, Send, Go, that we would, for those scenarios, we would prevent. But things that happen outside of Give, Send, Go, we can't police around. So does someone have the right to raise funds for their security, for their protection, because they've been doxxed, because of a snapshot moment, because everyone has a camera in their pocket? And today we can see the outworking of this. 3 years ago in New York City, in the middle of—
Girl, he's just babbling, girl. For lack of a better term, he don't give a fuck about you or your kid. And now check that. Now let's move on. This is where it get funny. So Piers Morgan, I believe he might have a little racism on him. He tells the girl, the white girl who don't like niggas, who proud about it, and say she used the N-word. He tells her to use the N-word in front of everybody, and Mark Lamont Hill loses it. He's such a biatch. Mark Lamont Hill is such a biatch. It's ridiculous. It's just, I wish they had somebody stronger on the panel. Hell, even the Prince of Pan Coochie would have did better than this. Don't get me wrong. What's his name didn't do bad per se. It's not like he did bad. It's just that he was too emotional. You feel what I'm saying? At least the Prince of Pan Coochie would have came in here and shut down the whole shop. You feel what I'm saying? The Prince of Pan Coochie would have shut down everybody on the panel. I will give him that. Okay? But Mark Lamont Hill, girl, let's get into what happened.
I want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, Black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
go
not
on then,
have
say it. Say
you will not have
go on,
free
say,
speech.
go on.
Wait, pause. The fact that a white man is telling a white woman to say the N-word, that should have been the first red flag to me. I know it was to me. Hold on. Wait. I'd have cut him off right there. Hold up. Wait. First, you remember how Tammy was like, you don't say the word and you don't say it either because you a Latina. That would have been me. I'm Tammy with the cigarette at the end of my hip. At the end of my, hold on. You don't tell nobody to say it. You don't get to say it neither because you white. You clear just like the rest of them. You don't get to tell nobody to say it. That would have been me. But the fact that Mark Lamont Hill sat here while Piers urged the other clear girl to use the N-word and waited for her to get ready to do it, that part was just too much for me. It was just too much. But look, watch Piers. Look.
Say the M-word. Go on.
No.
Hang on.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word because that's basically what it's going to be.
He ain't lying. This whole show is about race.
There's a bunch of white.
That's why he went and got Myron. That's why he went and got her. This is a filler, and he already know he gonna get emotion from this one. This whole panel was a setup for clicks and views, and that's why Piers don't give a damn about telling her to use the N-word, and also why what's his face Myron is over there laughing because he's getting all irate, and the white girl on the end who's kumbaya look like she almost seen her maker, and everybody's all confused on the panel. Okay, but Mark Lamont Hill had me weak.
people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know she's racist, and I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there.
I don't want to live in a country where you can.
Girl, how the hell Piers gonna tell somebody to use the N-word? That part got me. Wait, I want y'all to hear without me stopping how Mark Lamont Hill got mad. Look.
Can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, Black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
well, go
not
on, then
have
say
face-
it.
Look at Mark.
You will not have
go on.
Look at Mark's face like, bitch, what? Mark had to process it. I think Mark was processing it when it was first popping off. But once it registered, cha-ching, Mark was like, we on go time, Slim. Girl, Mark looking like, wait, what the fuck? This nigga just, what?
Go on. Say the N-word. Go on.
No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know she's racist.
I hear you.
Bull crap. Piers got a whole bunch of bad intent. What the hell you mean he ain't got no bad intent telling this racist white woman to get on here and say the N-word? You're damn right he had bad intent. Have you lost your mind, nigga? He said, I'm the only nigga on here. He said, no, because I'm the only nigga on here. Well, it's me and this Uncle Tom right here, but no. Don't have her say the word because I'm the only nigga on here who's gonna get offended. This why I can't be a part of these type of debates, because I be done forgot that I'm supposed to be professional, and girl, I be done with the cutting up, acting a damn fool. Do you hear me, girl? You moan, bitch. Girl, I be, you feel what I'm saying? But it was Piers on there talking about go on. Bitch, what you mean go on? Bitch, I be done curse you out too, Piers, you ugly bitch. Bitch, no, you not this hoe. Bitch, I wish either one of you bitches utter the word, bitch. And Piers, who the fuck you think you is to get on here and egg her on to get on here saying something that's gonna get her popped in the back of the head? You feel what I'm saying? I'd have been done cuss both of them out. Now you want to, but Piers, I understand if it wasn't your intent. What other intent would Piers have to have this girl use the N-word? You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to be strong. But I wanted to show y'all that video, that interview, because it's very powerful, because you get to, when you start listening, everybody tell you all their truths. You just gotta listen. You just gotta sit there and open your ears. Shut your mouth and open them ears. If you want to learn anything about a person, listen to me, even myself included, and listen to me good. If you ever want to learn about a person, just listen to them. Just listen to what they say. Listen to what they about to say, but catch themselves from saying. Listening to their thought process and how they think. I swear to God, you will know everything you need to know about a person. Okay? I promise you. The monster, thank you for the super chat. It's the entitlement, Vu. Screw the cowards. Of course. You already know how I go. Belinda, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you, Voodoo, for your content for us. Love. Congrats to your child. Please be safe. Thank you so much. I will. Thank you so much. But I'm telling you, all you have to do is listen. The people will tell you exactly how they feel. Now, this man claimed he a Christian, and he claimed they to protect children. But when Piers put him in a corner and said, well, okay, what about this black child? Somebody called him an N-word. Well, in that case, protection lies on the parent. And then you think Piers is the savior. But then if you let Piers talk long enough, he over there egging on the white girl to call you the N-word. But then remember, before that, it was, okay, Piers is on my side like nationwide. Then next thing you know, Piers over there egging on the girl to use the N-word. Now, how much on your side is Piers? Old crazy white ass. You feel what I'm saying? This is why I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all got to start letting people talk. Let people run their mouth. You're going to learn everything you need to know about people. Just let them run their mouth. Just sit there and listen to them. Let them tell you, oh, girl, I'm like this, I'm like that, cool. But after that, just keep them ears open. Keep them open like this. Keep them bitches propped. Do you hear me? If you need to put something behind your ears to make sure you can hear a little better, because when you do this to your ears, the sound kind of echo off the back of your ears and go back in your eardrums. Or at least that's how I feel. If you need to put something behind your ears so you can hear good, do that. But just listen. Just listen. You'll find everything you need to know. I promise you. But anyway, that was a little part that I want to show y'all on the Piers Morgan show that happened. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to go viral at this point. I don't know. But with that being said, I have to get off, you guys. I have to go get ready for a flight. I have to go to New Orleans. My baby is graduating from college on the dean's list. So shout out to my child. You feel what I'm saying? She get it from my mama. You feel what I'm saying? Was on the dean's list, 4.0. No, I had a 3.9. I ain't gonna lie. But I almost had a 4.0 GPA in college. I don't want that to go over y'all head. In college. Don't make me go get the transcript, bitch. Because I was so mad because I almost had a 4. But anyway, she get it from my mom. I love y'all down to the ground. I have to get off. Shout out to everybody in the building. I will not be doing the morning jokes tomorrow because I will be at the graduation. However, I appreciate each and every person for being here. Look out for some content that I will be putting out here in a few, probably later on this evening at the Dollhouse. And I'll try to get some for this channel as well for tomorrow. But with that being said, y'all, I have to get off here. I love each and every one of y'all. Catch y'all on the next one on Monday. But y'all will catch me sometime, hopefully this weekend, on some other stuff. But I love y'all down to the ground and catch y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.